Hot dogs and a cold chill, we go wild just for the thrill. Cheerleaders doing their dance, crowd in a football trance. Friends and beers in every hand, living life like we planned. Let's step and go, we won't slow down in this wild football show. Let's step and go, we'll make some noise in this big crowd we know.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's live stream. Today, we've got a matchup between two NFC teams who are currently in the postseason as it sits right now. Oh, and I just reminded myself I need to download the file that I had out there. What's going on, Tom? The Duck is in the house. Tuna to Fish is in the house. Mr. Mark McKay, I see you guys. Space Explorer, Mike, Robert Samora, thank you for being here, sir. Shout out to Mr. John Pierce. Shout out to B Balling saying, I think Cooper Kupp shines today. Tuna saying, I got you on at work right now. Thanks, Tuna. I'm here for you. Kyle Yamashiro. What up, Kyle? Thank you for checking in, Mr. Yamashiro. Michael Collins in the house. And Earth Citizen also in the house. We got a gaggle. Destructocron. Haven't seen you in a while, man. Son of a knickknack. Welcome back, my friend. Space Explorer. Callie J from Sacramento. Ghost Tiger, Bills fan for life. I see a lot of you guys. Duff Lock, what's up? We got Bird Boy. Bird Boy Ken saying first, and I don't care what anybody says. Let's go Hawks, he says. Alfredo, hello. Living like Larry, hello. Toon Cheese, hello. Mr. Dixon saying, what's up, bro? What's up, bro? How you doing, Mr. Dixon? We got James and Dylan also with us right now. So that was our quick roll call for today. I know I started a few moments late, guys. I was only able to print out one sheet, and I need like 6 for today. My printer's on the fritz. And anybody who works IT, anybody out here works IT, you guys know that printers are like the bane of our existence because printers never seem to work for whatever reason. I'm also looking for the correct tie clip to wear today. I'm just an absolute mess, but I am thankful that you guys are here with me today to help carry me through the nonsense that is. Anyways, enough about me. Enough about that. Almost another year gone by, says Callie J. Honestly, Callie J, almost another year gone by indeed, my friend. This is a good tie clip. Yeah, we'll rock with this one. We'll go with the black today. Been a little busy and late games last week, so Holiday Madness, yeah, dude, Holiday Madness for sure. That's just the truth, man. Holiday Madness had everyone a little bit behind this week. I was one of them, a little bit behind, and then next week, more Holiday Madness because there's New Year's. Not as, let's take the day off-ish as Christmas is or as Thanksgiving is, but still, a lot of work that needs to be done between now and January 1st, especially with 3 bowl games coming up as well. So scrolling by at the bottom of the screen, let's update this text. Let's put today's game here. Seattle Seahawks, Carolina Panthers. Guys, the Seattle Seahawks, according to the numbers here, are heavy favorites. 7-point favorites in this one, and the over-under is 42.5. So do what you will with this bit of information. Everyone believes that the Seattle Seahawks should win this game. The Carolina Panthers are 8-7. The Seattle Seahawks are 12-3. And if the Panthers win this game, they will be 9-7, and they will clinch a playoff berth with a win today. However, should the Carolina Panthers lose, that leaves the door open for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who've got business to handle on their own side of things. Tampa Bay Buccaneers are currently playing the Miami Dolphins today, so a lot of Buccaneers fans probably going to be watching that game. This game's still important, though. Again, Panthers win, Panthers are in. Panthers lose, and it's going to come down to this matchup, which is the coolest thing. I love seeing these kinds of matchups. So the Panthers lost a divisional 2 weeks ago. They beat the Buccaneers last week, and now they've got this game against the Seahawks. If the Panthers lose this game today, it is going to come down to Buccaneers and Panthers for the final spot at the table, which is pretty cool. And a lot of people saying scripted. I'll say this. I will lean into that scripted narrative if 2 things happen this week. Number 1, the Carolina Panthers lose this game, which doesn't really mean it's scripted because they are projected to lose this game. But if the if the Pittsburgh Steelers lose their game to the Cleveland Browns, I'm going to lean a little bit more towards that scripted narrative. Why am I going to lean a little bit more towards that scripted narrative? Well, because of the fact that the Pittsburgh Steelers would also be in the same situation here as the Carolina Panthers, where it would be win and get in for that postseason berth, and we need something fun to watch on Week 18, right? Well, I do think that the Seahawks are going to win this game, and I do believe that the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to eliminate the Baltimore Ravens from playoff contention today in that game against the Cleveland Browns. Quick look here, guys. This is the schedule for today. I've got 3 games for y'all today. We got the Seahawks and the Panthers coming up first. Immediately after that, we'll be doing the Eagles and the Bills, and then tonight's nightcap game is going to be the Chicago Bears at San Francisco. That is going to be a fun game as well. 3 really good games, but the ones that people are going to be watching, Buccaneers need to win. If they lose, they are eliminated from playoff contention. If the Panthers win today, the Buccaneers are eliminated from playoff contention. The Steelers, with a win today, if they get this win, then they clinch a playoff berth. But if the Browns get the win, then we're going to see Week 18 with the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens. Patriots should be able to handle the Jets, Jaguars, and Colts. Right now, the Colts are already eliminated after the win by the Houston Texans over the Chargers, so the Colts have nothing to play for except for bragging rights over the Jacksonville Jaguars. We've got the Saints and the Titans in 2 separate toilet bowls today. Saints at Titans, Giants at Raiders. I don't think we'll be seeing too many people watching those games, which kind of a bummer because for the fan base-wise, these are 2 of the largest fan bases in the NFL between the New York Giants and the Las Vegas Raiders. But hey, it is what it is. Christmas games out of the way. The Lions eliminated themselves by getting beat by the Minnesota Vikings. The Broncos and the Chiefs, what on earth was that? And then we've got the Cowboys and the Commanders. Cowboys got the win. That needed to happen. We also covered 2 games yesterday. We covered the Texans and the Chargers. Texans got that win. We covered the Ravens and the Packers. The Packers got blown out of the water at the end of that game, keeping the Ravens' playoff hopes alive, but only just. Again, even though they won that game last night, a win today for the Pittsburgh Steelers would eliminate the Ravens from playoff contention. And a win today by the Carolina Panthers would eliminate the Buccaneers from playoff contention. And then it would literally just be for seeding on Sunday next week in Week 18, and no one's going to watch. But that's fine. No one cares about that because then the playoffs are around the corner. And I'm more excited about college football than I am about Week 18 NFL anyways, which I never thought I would ever say ever, but there it is. Let's see. Panthers going to pull off another big upset. Big-time upset maybe, says Palpatine of the Internet. That's possible. King Henry King Henry. What was it, 224 rushing yards, 227 rushing yards, and 4 rushing touchdowns for Derrick Henry last night? My gosh, the dude was on a tear. Go Seahawks, says Chiefs fan for life. Ramsey saying, honestly, I'm still going to be watching football on Week 18. I don't care about college football, Mario. You know what, dude? Some people don't. And for the first 2 years on this channel, I didn't care about college football either until I realized how many other people cared about college football. And it would just be foolish of me not to cover those college football games just because there is so much demand for college football bowl games that I'm just really excited for those this season. For the first time literally ever in my life, I'm excited for college football. Shout out to Take 2 Drum Covers. What up, dude? Appreciate you out there. We got Juana saying Browns will have a miracle upset, says Juana. It would be a miracle upset. Again, I do think that if we see the Browns get the win, that eyebrow is going to go up a little bit. I don't know. I never heard of no mayor. What's going on, 49ers Red Zone? Saying, what's up, Mario? What's up, 49ers Red Zone? J-Rock saying, wow, just found out I'm 27th as a superfan. I got chills. Like when Mario, what up, J-Rock? Appreciate that, dude. 27th in the superfan list. I like it. Excuse me, folks. Okay. It's funny you ask, Phenom, because that's why we are on this slide right now, my friend. All the games covered in green. You can see a green silhouette around this box with the green lettering next to it. These are the games I will be covering today. So again, final time, I've got the Seahawks and Panthers coming up first. I've got the Eagles and Bills second, and then I've got the Bears and the 49ers tonight. Okay, let's step away from this. Why don't we take a quick look at the schedule here? Not this schedule. Why don't we take a look at the stats? Why don't we take a breakdown and do what we normally do? We got 15 minutes until kickoff, right? So let's take a look at this. Now, the offense has actually been pretty good with Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold, surprisingly, it was not just a one-year fluke for Sam Darnold. This season, Sam Darnold is inside of the top 10 quarterbacks as far as passing yards go and passing touchdowns, and just outside the top 10 on QBR. Sam Darnold has had a pretty good season. He has over 3,700 passing yards as we approach Week 18. This is Week 17. But overall, this team is scoring the third most points in the NFL, and they are giving up the second fewest points in the NFL. Less than 19 points per game allowed. Meanwhile, they are scoring almost 30 points per game. This defense of the Seattle Seahawks has been so dang good this season. They are second in points per game allowed. They are second in yards per play allowed. They are second in third down efficiency to opposing offenses, giving up a 33% success rate to opposing offenses on third downs. And they are a top 10 red zone team as well as a top 10 team when it comes to yards per game allowed. There are some issues offensively. Offensively, there are some issues. Third down efficiency, they're only converting their third downs at a 37% success rate, 38% success rate. And inside the red zone, they are bottom of the table, but they're still scoring inside the red zone, almost 60% success rate. Those are good numbers. You got to give it up for the Seattle Seahawks. They are ranked the #1 team by the NFL Network, so good to go. Bro, Seahawks must win this game to remain on top, says Tracy Brown. Well, if they want that bye week, yeah, they're going to want to win this game. They've already clinched a playoff berth, and they are, the best team in their division as it sits right now. But they're going to need to win a couple more games. You are absolutely right about that. Taking a quick look at the rosters here, guys. Sam Darnold, Kenneth Walker, these two guys are going to be your main engines back here. There's a guy that you may or may not know. His name is Jackson Smith-Njigba, and this dude has lit the league on fire in 2025. The man right now has 1,637 receiving yards this season, which is the #1 wide receiver in all of football when it comes to receiving yards. He literally leads the league this year in 2025. He's also, oh, by the way, got double-digit receiving touchdowns with 10 receiving touchdowns this season, which puts him at third in the NFL for the third most receiving touchdowns on top of 1,637 receiving yards. JSN has been an absolute stud. Once upon a time, this man led the NFL in receiving yards, receptions, and touchdowns, receiving touchdowns. But that was back in 2021, and Cooper Kupp is 4 years removed from that campaign. 4 years removed from that campaign, and a new jersey that he's donned here. Cooper Kupp now plays for the Seattle Seahawks, and today he will be available for this contest. Rashid Shaheed just earlier this season wore a New Orleans Saints jersey, and now he's here as one of the starting wide receivers for the Seahawks offense, which only helps improve the wide receiver core, because before they had Torrey Horton or Jake Bobo as the wide receiver 3 filling in those spots. Rashid Shaheed, a much better option. Rashid Shaheed had a pretty damn good season last year. Of course, injuries hurt him in that sense, but when available and when healthy, Rashid Shaheed is a huge playmaker. A.J. Barner, going to be your big tight end today. However, we could see Eric Saubert or Nick Callerup today as well. Offensive line, guys, there is no Charles Cross, so your left tackle is out for today. Josh Jones going to be your starting left tackle. Next to him, you'll see Gray Zabel at left guard. Oh, by the way, I saw a Super Chat come in earlier as well, so I want to make sure I say hello to that. Phenom with the $5 Super Chat. Oh, that was right. He was asking what games we're covering. Phenom, thank you for that super. And it looks like Earth Angel saying Hawks to win it. Let me get my overlay set up for you guys, so I can see all chats on the screen, and you guys can see the chats on the screen here as well. Okay. We'll also update this there. Okay, cool. Good to go. All right, again, guys, so Josh Jones, left tackle. Left guard, going to be Gray Zabel. At center, Jaden Sundell. At right guard, Anthony Bradford. And right tackle, Abraham Lucas. That makes up the offense here for the Seattle Seahawks. Let's see. Where did my slides go? The away offense we just looked at. Let's take a look at the defense here, because this is really the bread and butter of this team. A couple of absences here, guys. Really, the main one is going to be Kobe Bryant, who is going to be out for today. So your safety for today is going to be out. Instead, we'll see Ty Okada filling in that spot for Kobe Bryant. Still, though, I think this team is going to be just fine without that one safety. Offensive line, defensive line, Jerron Reed, Byron Murphy, and Leonard Williams on the front line. You'll have DeMarcus Lawrence, you'll have Drake Thomas, Ernest Jones IV, and Boya Mafe as the strong side linebacker. This is your linebacker core, your front seven, if you will. Two corners here. On the left side, Devin Witherspoon. On the right side, Reek Woolen. And as mentioned before, Kobe Bryant is unavailable for today's game. So today we will have Ty Okada as one of your safeties and Julian Love as your other available safety. Still, it's kind of crazy because even the backup guys are still pretty solid here, man. Mike Morris, Riley Mills, you've got Trice Knight, who's a good piece right there. Ty Okada, serviceable. Josh Joby, also available. And the nickel, Nick Emanwari, also available. This Seahawks defense is nasty, bro. And the stats speak for themselves. Let's take a look at the Carolina Panthers stats. Very different story here. Just for a reminder, just a refresher course here. Green across the board with a couple of blemishes. They rank the #1 team in the NFL. Meanwhile, the Carolina Panthers rank 14, even though they're putting up just 19 points per game. And defensively, they give up more points than they're scoring. This is a recipe for disaster, and it is shocking to me that the Panthers currently have a winning record. This team screams to me. One and done in the postseason. That's what this says to me. One and done in the postseason. That's how I feel about it. And that's assuming that they even make it to the postseason, because they are not technically currently in right now. And I do believe that the stronger of the two NFC South teams is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But Tampa Bay is going to have to prove it, not just today in beating, well, it really doesn't matter for Tampa Bay if Carolina wins this game. The Panthers win this game, Tampa Bay is done. They have not played well enough themselves. Just based off a win-loss record, Panthers are in. Now, they are a middle-of-the-pack team. They're not the worst in the NFL, but they don't score a whole lot of points. They're at the bottom of the table when it comes to yards per game and yards per play, bottom half in third down efficiency, and bottom of the table when it comes to red zone efficiency. Technically, top half of the table, just outside the top 12 when it comes to points per game allowed, but bottom half when it comes to yards per game, yards per play, and third down efficiency allowed to opposing offenses. It does get a little bit better inside the red zone, but it's still worse than a 50-50 shot for this defense. They're likely going to give up touchdowns, especially to this Seattle Seahawks team. So I think that a 7-point spread in this game might be undershooting. I think that Seattle will cover this spread today, but that's just me. Ramsey's saying there's one thing that could happen, or two things. The Panthers lose, Tampa loses, and it comes down to Week 18. That's the same way around. That's true. That is true. No, is it true? I don't think so, Ramsey. Because if both teams lose, Oh, then it would still be a one-lead win, and then we'd have a tied record on that tie. Yeah, and that tiebreaker would make the difference. I'm not Sam's. Not great 75% of the time, but other than 1/4 or 3/4 of the time, he's a bona fide pumpkin. Wait, what? Wait, what? Jesus Santiago Romo Conchas. What's up, dude? How you doing, bro? Saying Carolina. Love my Football Nation sensation. Thank you. The Football Nation sensation. I like it. Isabella, are you in here with us? Isabel? I know she was trying to go to that game today, the game later today. If the Seahawks win by double digits, I'm LOL, says National Treasure. Why? Why would you be surprised if the Seattle Seahawks won this game by double digits? Just curious, genuinely curious, because the stats alone have them on average, beating other teams by double digits, teams that are much better than the Carolina Panthers, and they're holding them to 18 points per game. Carolina, nowhere near that, and they are scoring on average 19 points per game. I would be very, very surprised if they put up this number, and I would not be surprised if the Seattle Seahawks put up this number, in which case it would be double digits. Anyways, that's just my take on it. But let's talk about personnel. Bryce Young, the starting quarterback here for the Carolina Panthers. Last season, he found his form. This season, he started out hot, and then we got a lot of volatility. We also saw a lot of change of personnel this season. Adam Thielen bouncing around the league here as well. Not a lot of stability for Bryce Young. We've also seen running back changes back here with Chuba Hubbard and now Rico Dowdle taking over in the backfield. I will say in Bryce Young's defense, not much to defend him. 21st in the NFL when it comes to passing yards, 16th in the NFL when it comes to passing touchdowns. He's thrown 9 interceptions this season. Rico Dowdle has been pretty good, so shout out to Rico Dowdle being in the top half. Just outside the top 10, he does have over 1,000 rushing yards this season. If Seahawks go to the Super Bowl, I'm going to the game. I'm headed to San Francisco, Seattle next. Are you b-balling? That's dope. People didn't think the Panthers had a chance against the Rams. That's true. That's true. But guess who they're playing? The Seattle Seahawks, who just beat the Rams. And it's not the same. It's not the same opponent here. It's not the same. Okay. Wild Berry Pink Edition Red Bull. We'll see how this works today. Oh, man. This is absolutely going to crush my... Okay. Shadow Grave saying, hey, do you see my text? If you do, please say go Bills. We trample. You never see my comments. Wait, what? First of all, I see your comments. Thank you for leaving the comment. Second of all, the Bills trample can't be true. Bills trample can't be true because they're 5th in the AFC right now. So maybe if they were first, you could say that the Bills trample. But I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. You're playing at the bank, says Thomas Adams. Okay, let's step away from this. Let's step away from the chat and run through this here really quick. Bryce Young, Rico Dowdle, starting engine room back here. That's what I like to call it. You've got Tet McMillan on one side, Tet Tyroa McMillan on one side, Xavier Legette, first-round pick of the 2024 draft, last year's draft. Not this year's draft, this year, right? Xavier Legette, I'm trying to think off the top of my head. I'm actually trying to flex my brain here when it comes to this. Yes, first-round pick, 32nd overall in the 2024 draft. Man, look at you, Mario, knowing your stuff. Shoot. Anyways, yeah, I remember because the Bills actually traded down to grab Xavier Legette, which was the weirdest thing. We covered the draft on this channel, and I remember watching that. I was like, why would you do that when you could have had Xavier Worthy? So, yes, they let Xavier Worthy go to Kansas City, and they ended up settling for Xavier Legette. That did not work out for Buffalo, in my personal opinion. Anyways, Tet McMillan, Xavier Legette, Jalen Coker, those are going to be your starting 3 wide receivers on this team for the Carolina Panthers. Jatavian Sanders going to be your tight end on that side. And then we've got the offensive line. Left tackle, Ikem Okwonu, going to be your left tackle. Left guard, Damian Lewis. At center, instead of Austin Corbett, it is going to be Cade Mays. Cade Mays is healthy for today's contest, so I need to update this one here. We've got... let's see. Austin Corbett actually shifted over, man. So Austin Corbett has shifted over. Chandler Zavala is on IR. At center today will be Cade Mays. Austin Corbett, left guard, right guard, right tackle going to be Taylor Moton. That is that. Let's take a look at the defensive side of things. Taking a look at the defense here. Looks like Tershawn Wharton has been ruled out for today's game, so instead we got Bobby Brown at left defensive end. A'Shawn Robinson, nose tackle. Right defensive end, Derek Brown. And then your 4 in the 3-4 defense, Nick Scourton, Christian Rosenboom should be here at left inside linebacker. I should have Claudin Chirelis and then DJ Wonham at strong side linebacker. So Rosenboom back into the mix. I wonder if I have this graphic updated already. I think I updated that this morning. I just need to re-download it. I got J.C. Horn at right CB, and I've got left CB today is Mike Jackson. I've got 2 guys out here as well at the safety position with Nick Scott and Trayvon Morig. That makes up those. Okay. So that makes that. Hold on, I do want to double check just to see if I updated this roster. Please stand by. Y'all know me. I want to make sure that my depth charts and my stuff are taken care of and that they look good. Njong Meta. Nope, it should be Christian Rosenboom. I actually don't have this updated. So Christian Rosenboom will pop in over here. Hang tight, guys. I am going to make this change in real time. Rosenboom. And he wears number 56. So Christian Rosenboom will download just this one file. Download MP4, download. Sugar honey iced tea. And then there was another one that I had that we just brought up that was a mistake here. And that's the center situation. Center and guard. Center and right guard. I got to move my center over to the right guard. Remove Zavala. Okay. Zavala at center. Nope. Hang tight, guys. I know I shouldn't be doing this in real time when I got hundreds of people watching, but I'm making sure that this is just going to be good to go moving forward because when things happen during the game, I want to make sure that we can bring it up. So Austin Corbett has shifted to right guard. Cade Mays filling in at center. And this game should be getting started here any moment, folks. Any moment. Looks like they're actually lining up for kickoff as the blimp is hanging over right now. The blimp is floating around here. Looks like the Seattle Seahawks are going to kick off to start this game. So Panthers going to get the football to start. Download pages looks like 5 and 6. Download as separate files. Download. Phenom asking, when does Santino call games with me when I need help? Only whenever I need help, my friend. Otherwise, it's Muhammad Ali the way that it's been since we started this. Kickoff here. Carolina Panthers going to come out to start this game. Yeah, Santino's on the back end of things. We'll scroll down here just for a minute. We'll go to Panthers. Panthers have the ball. Make sure all my slides and everything is set up. We'll scroll down just a bit. It'll be a 1st and 10 at the Carolina 35. Opening kickoff was a touchback, folks. Refresh this, that, and the other. We'll go to live here. I got a 1st and 10 at the Carolina 35. Carolina Panthers with the football. Win and get in for Carolina today. Here we go as they line up in a pistol formation. Lined up at a pistol, Bryce Young waits for the snap. He's got a running back behind him. It's Rico Dowdle. Motion on the field this time, and we've got Jatavian Sanders on the run. It's a snap and a handoff to Dowdle. Left-hand side he goes. Dowdle going to pick up 10 yards on the opening play of the day. Maybe 11 right here. That's good. Opening play for Carolina, 1st down. You know, Rico Dowdle was a solid piece for the Dallas Cowboys, but the Cowboys' offensive line took a big step back last season. And not only did the Cowboys' offensive line take a big step back last season, 2 years ago, they took like 3 steps back whenever they lost everyone on the defensive side, including defensive coordinator. Looks like this game just started, guys, and already Jatavian Sanders is down. He seems to be injured. Uh-oh. Oh, leg got rolled up underneath him, and Jatavian Sanders holding that right leg here. Game just getting started. First play of the game, and we already have a commercial break for injury timeout. Ouch. Okay. What if this game ends in a tie, says David? That's a good question. Mario with the audible to fix something. Yeah, we gotta do it in real time. Always got to make sure that my files are clean and taken care of here. That being said, download this one, home offense and home defense. We'll pop this in here really quick. Okay. Okay, so let's go in here and make the quick change with the offense and the defense. Browse, download, home offense. They have the football first. So now you can see that the offense here now has Mays in the center, Corbett over here at guard. It still says center, whatever. This is better than what it was before. This is better than what it was before. At least the names are right. And then the defense now, let's also put in Christian Rosenboom because that does make a big difference here. Christian Rosenboom used to be a big piece there for the LA Rams. Funny enough, maybe Christian Rosenboom was one of the reasons why this Panthers team had so much success. You never know. Prepper, what's going on, my guy? I got Rake Flyer in the house. Mr. Mark McKay. Isabel, what's going on? Looks like A. Ramirez checking in saying to hit that like button. Thank you for that. What up? We got Dougie in the house. I see you, Doug. Teach me how to Dougie. Teach me how to Dougie. Okay. All right. Panthers ready to roar, says Mark McKay. It's going to be a good day, guys. It's going to be a good day. Now, I will say this. What up, Courtney? How you doing? How you doing? By the way, Courtney also wearing her Football Nation swag. I love it. I need to know who here is a Carolina Panthers fan. If you are a Panthers fan, just drop some blue, some black and blue in the chat. I'm going to update my graphics at the bottom. Kansas City we can get rid of here. We're going to update the, excuse me, what I'm trying to say is that we're going to update the additional thingies. What is that? Badges, emojis. Emojis is the word that I'm looking for. We're going to update these emojis here. Replace image. We're going to replace it with first and 10 coming up here from the 45-yard line. A look to the left-hand side. Rico Dowdle makes the catch on the left-hand side. He will actually lose a yard and get backed up to the 44. This brings up a second down. Second down and 11 coming up as Rico Dowdle goes backwards on that play. And we should now have a Carolina Panthers emoji. Seahawks emoji is there as well. Jeff, I see you, big dog. Let's go. I got Chill J Bot in here. Shane checking in right now. I see you, Brandy. Okay, we got some Panthers fans. Brandy in here. Everett in here. Bills fan for life. Let's go. All right, guys. We're in a shotgun and motion on the field. Trips to the right-hand side on second down and 11. He'll wind up and throw. Incomplete pass. Third down and 11. This stops the clock with 13:54 left to go. They're calling it a third down and 12. I guess that Rico Dowdle catch went backwards for 2 yards because it's negative 2 yards passing here. Folks, this is the opening drive. Brandy saying, no way he noticed me. What are you talking about? Why not? I asked. You showed up. By the way, Jatavian Sanders being carted off the field right now. Shotgun formation on third down and 12. We wait for it here. Third down and 12. He's going to step up, and Bryce Young steps back. In a shotgun, he takes it. He looks to the left. He's got plenty of time. Steps up through the pocket. The sea has parted open here. The Red Sea opens up. He scrambles and then gives himself up here. And it looks like this will bring up a fourth down. So not a very solid run. It'll bring up a fourth down and 9, just a 3-yard pickup. I mean, if you're going to scramble, scramble. Either way, that's the end of this drive. We're going to see the punt team come out here for the Carolina Panthers. And they're going to send this away to the Seattle Seahawks. They're going to get their first possession of the day. Fourth down and 9. It wasn't a 3 and out. It was a 4 and out. But here's the punt. This one goes up, up, and away, and this one is signaled a fair catch at about the 17-yard line. Call it the 18. We'll have a first and 10 here for the Seattle Seahawks. How are you guys doing today? Did you guys get enough sleep last night? Because I'll tell you, I'll be the first to tell you, I did not. We're still going to push through this. I'm still smiling about that enzyme joke, says DJ Gene. Are you? That's a good joke, right? It's a fun one. Thank you, Brandy, saying this is why you're my favorite football YouTuber. Thank you. I feel the love. I feel the love. Kendra Bailey chopping in for the Seattle Seahawks right now. I see a lot of Seahawks fans coming in here. Sea Wine Girl. It's like that's like my wife. Wine and the ocean makes sense. Mario, can we have a game scoreboard on bottom? Asks Space Explorer. I got you, dude. I got you, brother. Hang tight. Hang tight, bro. I'll bring it up in just a second. Here's the snap on 1st and 10 from the 18-yard line. Sam Darnold going to drop back. He'll wind up and throw. Almost picked off right there. My goodness. John Lampris is now following us on Twitch. Appreciate that, John. J.C. Horn almost drops down and intercepts that pass, guys. So J.C. Horn almost drops down and picks off that pass. A really bad throw from Sam Darnold on the run. Don't know where. Oh, it was tipped at the line. Darnold's pass was tipped at the line, and J.C. Horn just let that football fall down. It went through his arms. Should have been a pick. You know how good that man is. I tell you what. You know how good that man is. 2nd down and 10 coming up. Football still on the 18-yard line. Seattle with possession. They take the snap. Seattle will wind up and throw. This one tipped again. Incomplete pass. Woo, Sam Darnold in trouble here. That's another incomplete pass. 12:59 left to go for the Seattle Seahawks. I got 5 on the Seahawks, just like last night's Texans, says Emilio. Let's go, Emilio. Sam Darnold is seeing ghosts, says J Chill Boat. Chill J Boat. Okay. The NFC is brutal. The NFC West is brutal specifically. I got a 3rd down and 10. Football still on the 18-yard line. Sam Darnold will drop back and find left-hand side Jackson Smith-Njigba, the number 1 wide receiver in the NFL right now. No surprise that you go to the safety blanket. It was 3rd down and 10. JSN picks up 13 yards. That's good for a Seattle Seahawks. First down. First down for Seattle here. If you got a chance to broadcast NFL, would you? Asks Chris Hunt. Yeah, I mean, I would. I would, but it would not be easy. It would come with a bunch of different challenges. Motion on the field. This time we got Cooper Kupp on the move as he goes to the bottom of the screen to block. Here's going to be a handoff, and Kenneth Walker going to shed a few tackles. A little stiff arm at the top of that. He only picks up 1 yard. So talk about a long walk for a short drink of water there. Kenneth Walker picks up 1. It's 2nd down and 9. Yeah, man, I would absolutely consider something like that. That would be huge, right? Huge for my career. But it would require me to travel. It would require me to travel and to spend days away from my family, and that's not something that I've mentally prepared myself for just yet. But you never know, man. If the bag is big enough, then it might make sense. Either way, we got a 2nd down and 9 at the Seattle 32. Here's the snap and a drop back. Sam Darnold going to spin away from this. He's on the run. Sam Darnold all the way to his own 10, and he throws this away. Sam Darnold way out of the pocket here. Sam Darnold being chased, running around right there. Great job by this Carolina Panthers defense to get after him. They initially just rushed 4, and then all of a sudden you realize these guys break through. Good job to put pressure on him. Great job to put pressure on him on this one. And it brings up a 3rd down and 9. The incomplete pass sails out of bounds. I do want to see if I can print up my additional sheet here. Looks like there was a flag on the play here, guys. They're calling it intentional grounding. Can you? Is that intentional grounding? I mean, you're a mile outside of the pocket. He throws that football beyond the line of scrimmage. No, that's why. He didn't throw it past the line of scrimmage. So this will be a loss of down as well as a loss of yardage, guys. I got a 3rd down. Should be a 15-yard penalty. What is that? A 3rd down and 21 yards is what they're going to enforce it. I got a 3rd down and 30 on my screen here. 3rd down and 30. You heard that right. They're going to keep this on the floor and give it to Kenneth Walker, who's looking for a block. Kenneth Walker's on the run. He takes it out past the 25, gets back to the original line of scrimmage, but it's going to bring up a 4th down and 14, or he's actually not even going to be there. Terrible play right now. Messy football. Late flags coming in. Shameless fans poke the bear, says Seth Harmon. Seattle has no offense, says Pink Spade. That's not necessarily true, Pink Spade. We'll talk about it here in a second. We'll bring up these stats one more time. You may have missed our pregame. But we'll bring up those stats one more time. 4th down and 14. They're going to punt this thing away. There is the snap. There is the boot. And this one is signaled a fair catch at about the 20. So 1st and 10 coming up for Carolina at the 20 with 10 minutes and 40 seconds left to go. Both teams have now had a chance to possess, and both teams have fallen short of midfield. Neither team has crossed midfield yet in this game. There does seem to be a little bit of inclement weather. There could be, I don't know, maybe some rain. It looks like drizzle out there. 206 Top Dog saying, tell us the stats. Bro, I've literally had the stats right here for like the past 15 minutes. I think you can see the stats for yourself on that side. Unless you're talking about the other stats, in which case you're looking for this right now. Because whoever said that the Seattle Seahawks has no offense hasn't watched a lot of Seattle football. Because this team ranks 3rd in the NFL in points per game. They also rank 3rd in the NFL in yards per play offensively, and they are 7th in the league when it comes to yards per game. When we take a look head-to-head at these two teams, when we look at the wide receiver comparison, you can see that this team is the 6th best team in all of football when it comes to receiving yards per game. An average yards per reception, 8.7. That is 2nd best in the league. Now, you might look at this and be like, oh, yeah, but look at that. Targets per game. Who cares about the targets per game? If you are passing the football less than other teams are passing the football, it is because you have the lead. That is common sense, right? When you are ahead in a game by a lot, when you're beating out teams by 2 possessions, you keep the football on the ground. This might be red, but this is indicative of a very strong offense. The running back comparison between these two teams. Now, the Panthers have been really good with Rico Dowdle, but this team is still putting up 116 rushing yards per game. And when it comes to rushing touchdowns per game, they are a top 12 team. Rushing attempts per game, again, part of this is because they have a positive game script. Meanwhile, the Carolina Panthers are just outside the top 12 because they don't really have an aerial attack like the Seattle Seahawks do. The quarterback comparison between these two guys. Sam Darnold, over 1,000 passing yards more than Bryce Young. He's got more passing touchdowns. He's got a better completion percentage. He has a better passer rating, and he's taken less sacks this season than Bryce Young as well. So again, to whoever said Seattle has no offense, you may want to reconsider that. Plus, not only do they have a decent offense, they've also got one hell of a defense. They are top 6 in turnovers forced and top 5 in sacks. Right now, the Seattle Seahawks defense is out there. We are in a shotgun formation. The Panthers have the football at the 20-yard line as we come back from the commercial break. It's 1st and 10 at the 20. Here's a little play action, and he'll wind up and throw. Bryce Young connects here with Rico Dowdle, who gets wrapped up about 4 yards out. It will bring up a 2nd down and 6. Okay. Had a little too much leftover eggnog, says James. Panthers win. Let's go. Looks like in the other game, Chris Godwin just scored a touchdown for the Buccaneers. So Panthers fans, buckle up. You guys might come down to Week 18 here. Single back formation. Bryce Young at the 24-yard line has a man in motion here. Here's a snap and a handoff to the right-hand side. And I straight up, that was the weirdest thing ever. It looked like Taylor Moton was trying to tackle his own running back here. Did anybody else watch that? This is going to be a handoff to the running back on 2nd down and 6. He picks up 1 yard, but it genuinely looked like the right tackle was trying to tackle his own running back on the play. He wrapped up Rico Dowdle on that one. And it looked like he tackled his own teammate, if I'm being 100% honest. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Here's the snap and dropping back. Bryce Young is out of time. He'll wind up and deliver this one to Chuba Hubbard. Hubbard gets wrapped up and dropped down behind the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain. 4th down and 5. What is up, Freedom Boom? Thanks for checking in. Dave saying, anyone ever lose a bet and had to wear the worst NFL team jersey ever? I went blind for David, my first year ever doing fantasy football. Oh, that's such a funny story, man. My first year ever doing fantasy football, I was watching a lot of a show called The League. I don't know if you ever watched that show. It's about a bunch of guys who are in a fantasy football league, and it's a funny show on FX. Anyways, we're getting a punt right now. I'll tell this story here during the commercial break. Let's see where this punt lands. Here's the boot from the 15-yard line. A high-hanging punt. Ooh, they're backing up. That is a brutal punt. Wow. All the way from the 15 to the 15. He brings it out to the 30. A monster punt. Call it the 31-yard line. So a bit of a return right here. We'll get a 1st and 10 in just a moment. You were asking, has anybody ever bet and lost on something? Yeah, dude. First year doing fantasy football. I was the one who came up with all the bets. The Ghost Pepper Challenge. Hey, man, if I beat you this week, you got to eat a Ghost Pepper. Well, I lost, and I had to eat a Ghost Pepper. And I was literally sitting there just drooling, salivating with tears in my eyes because I literally ate ounces of Ghost Pepper because I made the bet and I lost. The next week, I'm feeling cocky again. I say, hey, man, I'm bartending at this time, remember? I'm bartending at this time. I say, hey, man, whoever loses this week has to take a bar mat shot. And if you don't know what a bar mat shot, they have these mats at the bar, right, when you make your drinks and all the leftover liquid and nastiness that gets stuck in there. They call it also a Matt Damon shot. But you take all of this stuff and then you just pour it into a shot glass. Well, they sabotaged it that night. The entire bar sabotaged it that night, throwing pickle juice and cinnamon and crap that never goes. Anyways, I lost that week too. It was brutal. And you know what? That's not even the worst of all of them here. I won't tell you what the worst is. But yeah, dude, I've lost a couple of bets on my end as well. So, anyways, I forgot about those. That is beyond disgusting, says Turtle. Stop grossing us out, says Swaggy McNichols. You got baited into stat talk, LMAO. Anyways, so, Dímelo Mario, what up? Elliot De Jesus. Betting confidence is delusional, bro. It really is. I was just trying to have some fun, man, because that was my first year ever doing fantasy. I wasn't really sure what I was doing. I wanted to, find another. And I really, truly believed I had a good team. I didn't. I came in 11th out of 12 that first year. It was brutal. Tracy is back. What's up? Yes, bar mat shots for the fools, says Doug Case. Oh, yeah. A Matt Damon? That's it. All right, guys, commercial break is just about over. Looks like the Seattle Seahawks have gotten the football back. The Carolina Panthers did have to punt. As we come back from this commercial break, it's 1st and 10 at the Seattle 30-yard line here. See if my printer is working here. Pull up my spreadsheet. My Panthers one. I think it's this one here. It is. Okay, let's see if I can't print out my file print. Fit to page, selected cells. Should print out. 1st and 10. Here's the handoff from the 30-yard line to the right-hand side. This is going to end up being a 5-yard gain for Kenneth Walker. So a 5-yard pickup for Kenneth Walker. Oh, man. Don't know what's going on with my printer. That's going to be okay. We'll just have to live without it. Once upon a time. So Kenneth Walker picks up 5 yards on the play, guys. This ends up bringing up a 2nd down. I got a 2nd down and 5. 2nd down and 5 to the 35-yard line. Seattle Seahawks again with possession. We've got a single back formation. And waiting for it, Sam Darnold takes the snap and fakes the handoff. He's in trouble. Sam Darnold gets wrapped up and bagged on the play. Down goes Darnold. 3rd down, and that was Traven Morig. Traven Morig comes in and gets the bag. 1 tackle today, 1 sack today. That's a 10-yard loss. And the Seattle Seahawks are kind of sputtering in this one right now. Anyone know where to actually watch these games in the UK? In the UK, that's different, bro. The UK is going to be tough. We shill, that's a tough one out there, man. Especially this particular game, because this game isn't even in my network, and I live in the United States. I had to actually get an extra service for it. So 3rd down and 15. Motion on the field from Cooper Kupp as he goes to the top of the screen. Here's going to be a toss on the left-hand side. Charbonnet going to use a couple of blocks ahead of him. Charbonnet is on the run. Charbonnet gets to the 50-yard line from the Carolina 25. Excuse me, from the Seattle Seahawks 25 to the 50-yard line. Refresh this page because apparently this has no idea what's going on here. I don't know what's going on with my graphics today. Got all kinds of nonsense happening here. Okay, so big first down, a 25-yard pickup from their own 25 to the 50. Here's the snap and a handoff to Charbonnet again. Seattle Seahawks take this one to the 48-yard line across midfield. It is 1st and 10. It becomes 2nd down and 8. Clock is hot. Clock is hot. First down, Seattle, says Tracy. Thank you, Tracy. That is correct. Cooper Kupp, his brother Stanley Kupp. Ba-dum. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. 2nd down and 8. That's a good, I'll take that dad joke there, Steve. I like it. 2nd down and 8. We are lined up at the 48-yard line. Seattle with the football in Panthers territory. Here's the snap on the drop back. The blitz coming in, and Darnold finds a man. It is Jackson Smith-Njigba who makes the grab at about the 41-yard line. So this is a 7-yard gain. It brings up a 3rd down and 1. 3rd down and 1. Let's see. 3rd down and 1. 5 minutes and 20 seconds. And it looks like they are bunched up right now. This is going to be a direct snap. It looks like they get someone to jump off sides. It's going to be an offsides on the defense. What a move right there. What a move. So, flag on the play. There's going to be an offsides on the defense. So, Panthers get backed up right here. And, you know, if I'm being honest, I like the Seahawks logo being blue, but I think I kind of like the green for today's game. Feel like the green for today's game kind of feels right. What do y'all think? I like the green. I might change these back here behind me as well. By the way, the offsides does lead to a 1st down, so we do have a 1st down, Seattle Seahawks. Here's the snap, dropping back. Darnold looking to the right, doesn't like it. He'll look to the left, and that one is swatted down at the line of scrimmage. This one is swatted down at the line of scrimmage here. Action green, says B-Dog. Green is much better? Okay. If you guys think the green is much better, I'm with you guys. We'll change this square here as well. I like it. I love it. We can go green. We can go action green for Seattle. I'm about that life. I'm about that life. We're going to deepen the green a little bit so that it's easier to read. But I got a 2nd down and 10 coming up right now for these Seattle Seahawks. 2nd down and 10. 4 minutes and 45 seconds on the clock. Shotgun formation, this time from the 36-yard line in Carolina Panthers territory. A handoff here to the left-hand side. It is going to be a loss of 2 as Kenneth Walker is brought down by Christian Rosenboom. This does bring up a 3rd down and 12 as they go backwards. This backs them up to the Carolina 38. This backs them up to the Carolina 38. All right, guys, here we go. With 4 minutes and 19 seconds left to go, a 3rd down and 12 for Sam Darnold and the Seattle Seahawks. Everybody gets set. Darnold waits for the snap out of the shotgun from the 38-yard line. A 4-man rush comes in. He'll wind up and throw. Hits Jackson Smith-Njigba in stride, but Njigba is brought down by Mike Jackson immediately. It brings up a 4th down here. It's a 4th down and 4 as JSN only gets 8 on that catch. And from the 30-yard line, a field goal here would be a 48-yarder, so they're going to line this thing up. Going to be a 48-yard field goal attempt coming up right now for the Seattle Seahawks. We're going to update the Seahawks down here as well. Because we've got different neons for different teams. There's the kick. The kick is up. The kick is good. And we finally get points in this game. So the field goal is there. The Seattle Seahawks will score. The game is 3-0 right now. It's still anybody's game. 3 on the board. It says 2:06 top dog. That is correct, my friend. It also stops the clock with 3:23. Okay, guys. All right. So we cut back. We got this, is the Mr. Mojo. We good with the action green? We got green and blue? Let's shift it over. My OCD is going to kill me. My OCD is going to kill me if that's all the way over here. There we go. Get out of the way. That's better. Looks good there. All right, guys. No score crawl? Yes. Yes, someone did ask for that earlier. Hang tight. I got it here. We'll cut to this one. Settings. Score crawl. Cool. Cool, cool. Okay, guys, the Cincinnati Bengals are up over the Arizona Cardinals 7-0. Indianapolis Colts are up 3-0 over the Jacksonville Jaguars. The New England Patriots, as expected, are up 14-0 over the New York Jets. We've also got the New Orleans Saints versus the Tennessee Titans. Titans up 3-0 over them. Pittsburgh down 10-0 to the Cleveland Browns. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Scripted. Maybe. Seattle Seahawks, the game happening right now. One of the few other games that are currently happening. Looks like Tampa Bay and Miami are all tied up in that one as well. So it might literally come down to this final week here for these Carolina Panthers. This game, plenty of time left though. Those of y'all who were with me yesterday, y'all know how close this is going to get, how this is going. But the Seattle Seahawks are going to be fine, right? They beat the Colts 2 weeks ago. Last week, they got an overtime win, 38-37 over the LA Rams. Then week 17, right now we've got the Panthers. Next week, it's Seahawks at 49ers. That game is going to be a fun game to watch. I think that's going to be a good game nevertheless. We'll see how this week washes out, and if the Panthers are going to need to actually play for positioning there or not. Meanwhile, the Carolina Panthers, if they drop this game, it's going to come down to Week 18 because this team is on the bubble here. This team is currently on the bubble, and if we look at the graphics right now for these playoff bubble teams, here it is. The only team remaining is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and they are 7-8. Meanwhile, the Panthers are 8-7. If they go to 8-8, and it's going to be intense, man. It's going to come down to Week 18, I think, for these two teams, which is awesome. And also it's going to come down to Week 18 for the Pittsburgh Steelers if they lose this game today. Here's a big kickoff return. Looks like they bring it out to at least the 35-yard line here. 1st and 10 at the 35 coming up now for the Carolina Panthers after that kickoff. So Carolina Panthers take over. We did just get a kickoff here. Panthers get the football. Seahawks scored the first points of the game. The score is 3-0. This game just now getting started. And since the day is also just now getting started, I'm going to grab a chair. And we're going to sit because we got a long day ahead of us. It's a marathon, not a sprint. 1st and 10 on the clock. Pistol formation for the Carolina Panthers. Motion on the field, and our motion man down here is going to be Jimmy Horn. Here's the snap and a handoff. It goes backwards. Actually, no handoff. Is that going to go down as a sack? It sure is. This is Bryce Young losing 3 yards on the play. They get backed up. It's a 2nd down and 13 after this. 2nd down and 13. Play action did not work out right there. Bryce Young, the choice to do that, it goes down as a bag. So Bryce Young is sacked on the play. It's a 2nd down and 13. We've got another shotgun formation from the 32-yard line. This time lined up on the left hash. It is going to be a handoff, and it is going to go out here to Chuba Hubbard. Chuba Hubbard does pick up about 4 yards. It brings up a 3rd down and 9 with about 2.5 minutes left to go in the first. One national treasure saying, let LFG. Nice tie, says one Jory. Joari? Did I say that right? Okay. 3rd down and 9. Shotgun formation. lined up on the left hash from the 36-yard line. They've got a long ways to go on this big third down play. Here is the snap, and the four-man rush comes in. Bryce Young will wind up and fires. This catch going to be made, but not enough to convert. Mitchell Evans makes the grab here. It brings up a fourth down, and it should bring up like a fourth down and 5. That seemed like a 4-yard gain there. Yeah, it's a fourth down and 5. And Mitchell Evans fumbled the football, which is crazy to me because nobody touched him. He just dropped the ball. How do you just drop the ball? He made the catch and tried to tuck it away, and then he fumbles it, had to throw himself down on top of it. So Panthers doing Panther things. Whistles coming in. Stops the clock with 1:29. Stops the clock with 1:29. Colts beating the Jags, that's weird. Not that weird. Not that weird. It's weird, but not that weird. Plus, the game's not over. I got a 4th down and 9. Looks like there was some kind of replay official reviewed, and this is going to be brought back, guys. They're calling it an incomplete pass. So instead of a 4th down and 5, it's a 4th down and 9. The pass goes down as incomplete because he did not control it. He dropped it. So here comes the punt. 4th down and 9. Here's the boot. This is up, up, and away. They put a full 2 minutes on the clock here. And this is going to be signaled a fair catch at the 17-yard line. So 1:54 left to go. 1st and 10 coming up for the Seattle Seahawks. Talk about snoozeville of a game, bro. I thought this the Carolina Panthers instead of the Carolina Panthers. Yeah, man, I thought this game would be a lot more interesting. I thought the Panthers would actually want to win this game, but apparently they don't. Apparently they don't. Man, I tell you what, I am I'm definitely a little out of gas. I'm definitely a little out of gas right now. Baby was having some issues, and so, you know, last night he was a little ornery, didn't get much sleep last night. Woke up today, had to get some extra work done just to make sure that everything was taken care of, especially since next week we got a lot going on. It's the first quarter. I know this game is just now getting started, but it's still 3-0 in this game. And last night's, maybe we're spoiled because last night's game was insanely good. That Packers game ended up starting, and I expected that Packers game to be really, really bad. It turned out to be a really, really good game. Even with Malik Willis in at quarterback and even with Tyler Huntley in at quarterback, it was a really fun game to watch for both sides. This game, can't say the same thing about it, but that's okay. Let's see. It was the Green Bay onesie, says William. Let's see. What a season, eh? Says Neil M. Yeah, for real. Who got ball first? Asks Leno. The Seattle Seahawks kicked off to the Carolina Panthers. The Panthers got the football first. The home team got the football first to start this game. The Texans game was good as well. That Texans game, extremely highly defensive. A lot of sacks in that game. 3 interceptions in that game. 2 for C.J. Stroud. One for Chargers Justin Herbert. But the Texans got the win. Good game for Houston. Okay, guys, commercial break is over. I got 1:54 on the board. 1st and 10 at the Seattle 16-yard line. Let's see. I got to tell you, your polls are pretty much dead, even most of your shows, and you've got the best fans. I don't know what that means. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Okay, guys, we do have a 1st and 10 with 1:54 left to go. An I formation here. Under center, Sam Darnold waits for the snap. He takes it and hands it off to Kenneth Walker. Left-hand side goes Walker. Stays on his feet after the initial contact. He's brought down by Scott, but that is good for a 1st down. Seattle. 1st down for Seattle. Okay. All right, guys. I am going to step away from the chat. There seems to be a little animosity in that chat today. I don't know if we're all waking up on the wrong side of the bed or what, but I'm just going to go ahead and ask one time if everyone can just kind of take a beat. It's been a stressful week. It's the holidays right now. Everybody got things going on. Rashid Shaheed is laying down, face down on the ground. He looks literally unconscious. Rashid Shaheed is down on the ground. He just made a catch. It's 2nd down and 2. And Rashid Shaheed is down on the sideline here. Shaheed wrapped up and whipped down to the ground here. So I don't think there was anything egregious here. Michael Jackson just doing his job. But Shaheed looks like he has a face full of grass, and he is just down. Seattle Seahawks player down on the Carolina Panthers sideline. Looks like he has gotten back up and is slowly walking back across the field. I got 56 seconds left to go. Yeah, the chat is getting chippy. We don't need any of the chat getting chippy right now. Okay. I got a 2nd down and 2. 56 seconds left to go. I have no idea what's going on in the chat. I just see people saying so-and-so, everybody needs to chat. I think everybody just needs to take a little beat today. For me, if anything, because I'm already running on fumes and I don't have the bandwidth to have to manage that as well. So I got 56 seconds left to go. A 2nd down and 2 at the Seattle 35 right now. That 8-yard pass, not enough to move the sticks. We'll start the clock again. The officials has punched this in. Zach Charbonnet is the single back right now. We've got motion on the field. This time, the big tight end moving over. It's Barner. And now Cooper Kupp is on the move. Here's the snap. A handoff to Charbonnet. Charbonnet up the middle he goes. Charbonnet picks up the 1st down. And this is going to result in a 1st down, Seattle Seahawks. 30 seconds left to go. I tell you what, man, I'm sitting down with a fan in my face. And I'm still sweating, bro. I'm having one of those days. Still sweating out here. And no, I didn't get hammered last night or anything like that. I'm not dealing with a hangover. I would be honest if I was. I'm just tired today, bro. Poor baby Sammy had a rough night. And when baby has a rough night, so do mom and dad. Anyways, guys, that's enough about that. Wipe the sweat off my face. I really genuinely think I just need to take a beat. I really don't know how to relax myself right now. I'm feeling anxious. I don't know. It's an interesting. Well, you guys aren't here for that. You guys are here for a fun show. So let's bring it to you. The show must go on, right? Ladies and gentlemen, if you guys are new to the channel, then stick around for halftime because we will have a halftime trivia quiz. We've got 3 games coming up for you today, guys. I've got this one, Seahawks versus Panthers. And then, of course, we've got the other 2 games coming up here as well. Eagles and Bills, in my opinion, is the best game of today's slate. I think Eagles and Bills should be an absolute showstopper of a game. Unfortunately, it's at 325, and even though I like both the Bears and the 49ers, I do think that game should have been the Monday night game or the Sunday night game. If you don't have a couple of haters, you aren't playing the game right. No one hates on 5th place. Great show as always, says Tease. Yeah, fair enough, Tease Treats. I appreciate you, bro. Look, man, the fact that I'm out on YouTube, I'm not naive. I'm not a dummy. I do understand that people are going to come out, people are going to troll. That's just the way it goes. Let's do an invasion on halftime. Do an invasion, what, like a raid? You're saying do a raid on a different channel during halftime? We can do a raid during halftime for sure. I bet underdogs all day. Get this done. I love and respect Football Nation. Thanks for the epic streams, bro. Yeah, man. I'm not the only one who feels this way right now. I promise you Tom Grossi is running on fumes. I bet that dude is probably more out of gas than I am right now because he also makes his short form content. But it's week 17, just like these football teams, or maybe not just like these football teams. Anybody who's been sticking through it and grinding through it this long is burnt out, bro. Guaranteed fact. But I'm literally writing the words to myself, shut up about it. Literally going to write these words to myself. Because I don't need to be, I'm the one with the microphone here. I don't need to be spreading that energy. I need to be spreading positivity. So here we go. Let's get locked in, folks. We've got the Seattle Seahawks coming back to start the second quarter here. We'll make it second quarter. We'll put 15 on the board. Here's a quick snap and a handoff. Second down and 7 coming up now. Second down and 7. The clock is hot. Smelling salts from Amazon. Inexpensive and game changer, says Steve. Okay. I love it. And Gifted, I'm with you, brother. I'm with it too. Okay, guys, I am stepping away from the chat. I've got a second down and 7. 14 and a half minutes. We've got an I formation from the 42-yard line. Motion on the field, a snap. He fakes the toss to the right. He ends up throwing to the left. Jackson Smith and Jigba on second down and 7 will pick up nothing. It brings up a third down and 7, and the clock continues to tick. So the clock is hot. JSN makes the grab. It's another catch for him. Looks like Emilio drops another super. Emilio's saying, yes, raid. No worries, man. Spread that YouTube love. I got you, bro. We can totally do that at the end of it. North Pacific, thank you very much, my friend. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. Thank y'all very much. Okay, I'm going to step away from the chat once again. Step away from the chat once again. Empty backfield. Waiting for the snap right now. We've got motion this time from JSN. We're still on the 42-yard line on this big third down. The blitz comes in, and Darnold will wind up and throw. It's tipped in the air! Incomplete pass. As that football finds itself safely on the turf here, it brings up a fourth down and 7, and the Seattle Seahawks punt team will come out to send this back to Carolina. Taking a look across the league at the very bottom of the screen, guys, you'll notice that Miami is beating Tampa Bay. Seattle is beating Carolina. Y'all see that above my head. They are going to have to punt this thing away, though. Pittsburgh with 3 points. Cleveland Browns with 10. Browns hanging on to the football right now. It's 10-3 in that game. Tennessee Titans just scored a touchdown. The score is 12-0 against the New Orleans Saints. That punt goes out of bounds at about the 20-yard line, and this will bring up a 1st and 10 here for Carolina. 1st and 10 coming up here for Carolina. 1st and 10 coming up for Carolina. 13-23 on the board. I'm literally going to go ask my wife right now if the AC is on because I'm sweating bullets. Hang tight. Okay, so it is commercial break time, and it is the end of the first quarter. Dude's having – no, I'm good, bro. I'm good. It is just super hot right now. Talk amongst yourselves. Yeah, that's basically what it was. Let's see. So, where are you watching from today, guys? Where are you watching from? It's winter, says Kai. Yeah, bro, I know, but I've literally got like rolls of like beads of sweat dripping down my back in this room. Plus, it might be winter in where you're from, but San Antonio right now is literally 80 degrees. Boston's in the house. What up, Jay Mullen? Looks like Binghamton, New York. Never heard of it. Never heard it. New Jersey, what up, man? Monterrey, California. And Robert can attest, here in San Antonio, it's like 80 degrees, guys, which is pretty hot. Don't let her touch the thermostat. Hawaii's in the house. We've got Minnesota's in the house. John in Las Vegas. West Point, UTA. Okay. I got more Las Vegas in the house. North Carolina, Washington State, Reddit, California. I am in Orlando, says Boom Carey. What up, Boom Carey? Myrtle Beach in South Carolina. Eric Betts in Vermont. Kelso, Washington. We've got... is that Wisconsin? Is that what that is? Florida's in the house. Puyallup, Doug Jones. You're not the only one in Puyallup, by the way. Who was our other Puyallup person? We got another person in Puyallup who's out here. Winter, South Dakota, Norfolk, Virginia, Syracuse, New York. That's just like Santino always talks, so that's right around the corner from his hometown. Looks like the commercial break is over, guys, so I didn't get a chance to read all of these. Thank you all for kicking it with me right now. We've got a shotgun formation at the 23-yard line. Waiting for the snap right now is Bryce Young. Young takes the snap. He is surveying. He looks to the right. He throws to the right. It's swatted away. That's a forward pass that is going to go down as incomplete. Second down with 13 minutes and 19 seconds left to go. My page ever print? Don't think it ever did. File. Okay, this is acting up. Okay, guys, here's the snap, and dropping back, Bryce Young takes a hit on the release, overthrows this one, and you can see the line judge airing out a flag. There's a flag on the play. Let's find out what this flag is going to be. With 3:14 left to go, it's going to be pass interference against the Seattle Seahawks defense. This is going to be a spot foul, and it's going to be an automatic first down for Carolina. So, pass interference. Pass interference against the against the Seattle Seahawks. And that one's going to be against Devin Witherspoon. So, Devin Witherspoon commits the foul. He gives Carolina a fresh new set of downs. It is 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Carolina in a pistol formation. Here is the snap and a handoff. Up the middle goes Rico Dowdle on 1st and 10 from the 32. He'll pick up 3. It brings up a 2nd down and 7 at the Carolina 35. 2nd down and 7 at the Carolina 35. Yeah, that's fine. We'll leave it here. I am going to grab my chair, though, and we are going to sit down. It's going to be one of those days, guys. I don't have very many of these days. Y'all know me by this point. I don't have very many days like this. 2nd down and 7. 35-yard line, motion on the field. This time it's Jalen Coker who's the motion man. Bryce Young going to throw that way. Coker makes the grab. He hurdles a man and picks up the first down. First down. Carolina Panthers, a hurdle there by Jalen Coker as he leaps over Witherspoon and picks up a huge first down. Monster play. Looks like Tamara. Please give us back our Bills emoji, says Rick Smith. And Tamara says, you're fine, Mario. You have a wife, a new baby, a home, and responsibilities. Even on your less than energetic days, you're 100. Thank you so much. Thank you, Tamara. All right, y'all, we've got motion on the field. It looks like Bryson Tremaine is the motion man, and Tremaine heads up towards the top of the screen. Here's the snap and a handoff to Rico Dowdle, and Dowdle going to fight his way forward. 1st and 10, he picks up about 6 or 7 yards. This will bring up a 2nd down. Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay. So, 2nd down and 5. They're going to call that a 5-yard gain there by Rico Dowdle. This moves the football to the Carolina 48. The Panthers approaching midfield. We've got a running back 5 yards behind Bryce Young and 5 yards to the left of Bryce Young. Motion on the field from Jalen Coker once again. The snap and the handoff from the 48-yard line on 2nd down and 5 goes up the middle and across to the Seattle 49. It is going to be a 3rd down and 2 now here. They were actually at the 48. So 2nd down and 5 from the Carolina 48 moves them to the Seattle 49. It's a 3-yard gain and brings up a 3rd down and 2. They are inside of Seahawks territory. Here's the snap and a handoff to Rico Dowdle on the left-hand side. Rico Dowdle fighting for that 1st down. He is stopped just shy, and it brings up a 4th down and 1 at the Seattle 48. Do you go for it or no? Chat, do you go for it or no? 4th down and 1. 4th down and 1. So, they line up here on the Seattle 48. You got to imagine that they might try to hard count here. And if it doesn't work out, they're going to punt. Or they could actually go for it. 4th down and 1 with 10 minutes left to go. It is a designed quarterback sneak, and I don't know that he got it on the initial surge. Let's see where the officials mark this thing. The official comes down from the top of the screen as the play was made on the left hash. It is his call to say whether it's a 1st down or not. He will place the football, so the official comes down from the top of the screen because it was on the left hash. And the initial surge, he didn't get it. But it looked like he got some help. Actually, it looked like he got some help from Reek Woolen there. He came in from behind and actually pushed him into the pile instead of pulling him away. So that might have actually helped them to convert. I think they will convert, and they will pick up a 1st down, Carolina. 1st down, Carolina Panthers. A quarterback sneak, a direct snap to Evans on the play, guys. Direct snap there to Mitchell Evans. It's a 1st and 10. A flag coming in now with 9:09. What is this, delay of game? Are we going to get a timeout going to be called? So the flag going to be picked up. First timeout going to be charged here. Looks like the Carolina Panthers will be charged for it. He's saying, look, man, we got the 1st down. Why did I not get enough time on my clock for this? And so the official saying, trying to tell him, I think what he's saying is saying, as soon as I marked 1st down, the clock stopped. Coach is saying, hey, well, you know, the ball wasn't set and you started the clock. The ball wasn't set. You guys started the clock. You forced me into using a timeout right now. I think it is what it is. They're just going to have to keep playing forward here. So 1st and 10. Is this one? Oh, my gosh. My system is all glitchy here as well. Having a rough day. Having a rough day. Okay, scroll down just a bit. Both teams under 100 total yards today. A windup and a throw, this time on 1st and 10. The catch will be made by Tommy Tremble. Tremble picks up 6 yards on 1st and 10. It brings up a 2nd down and 4. This also moves the football out to the Seattle 41-yard line after that 6-yard catch. Tackle made by Witherspoon. So Tommy Tremble gets into the catch column. 1 target, 1 reception for 6 yards. You can see all the stats over here on the right-hand side for you. 8:41 left to go. I do need to start my clock once again. We've got a pistol formation in motion on the field. A toss forward goes down as a forward pass here. Getting wrapped up and dropped right now is Jimmy Horn, not picking up much. Brings up a 3rd down and 2. I see a $2 super chat popped in as well. First time, says David Rivera. Thanks. I appreciate you, bro. Let's go, David Rivera. Thanks for checking in. Todd Tier saying, it's okay, Mario. This is a warm-up game. Yeah, man, it is the warm-up game. It is the warm-up game. 3rd down and 2. Football at the Seattle 39. 8 minutes left to go. 40-yard line, shotgun formation. Motion once again, this time Jalen Coker. Lines up in the wideout spot, so 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Here comes the snap. Bryce Young surveys, looks to the left-hand side. Chuba Hubbard makes the grab. He's whipped down to the ground, and Nwosu makes the tackle for loss here on the Seattle Seahawks side of things. Like I said, man, these players are solid. Uchenna Nwosu gets the tackle here. Brings up a 4th down and 4. It's a tackle for loss. And now the question becomes, do you go for it or no? Again, this time at the Seattle 41. Looks like on 4th down, they are lining up to go for it on 4th and 4 from the Seattle 41. Uh-oh, this is dangerous here. Bryce Young, it might be trying to force a hard count here. The Record Clan with a £2 super chat. Here comes the blitz coming in. Got to get rid of it. Will wind up and throw. Oh, my goodness. A flag on the play. Let's find out what this flag is. If I had to guess, I'm going to say roughing the passer. 12 checking in from UK. Thanks for doing. I got you, man. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Shout out to you. I appreciate that. It is going to be offsides, guys. So there's a flag on the play, and it is offsides on the offense. Offsides on the offense. That penalty is going to be declined. That penalty is going to be declined here. And on 4th down and 4, the Seattle Seahawks will take back over. Turnover on downs here. They went for it. The incomplete pass means 1st and 10, Seattle Seahawks. Okay. Mont Bob saying, call the plays, man. Okay, well, since we're in a commercial break, let me go ahead and call those plays for you, buddy. I'm doing what you asked here, Mont Bob. We're calling the plays right now. Oh, what? Oh, you can't see what's going on, so you don't know it's. Okay, cool, yeah, okay. Look, man, I'm not in the mood today. You know what I'm in today? No mood, okay, bro? No mood today. One of those days. Okay. That being said, 6 minutes and 55 seconds left to go. The Seattle Seahawks will be taking over here on the Seattle 41. And I got 6:55 on the clock. When we get back, again, 1st and 10 at the Seattle 41. Panthers next week will play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Panthers next week will play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and this playoff picture is getting more and more into focus. Just about everyone is set. Just about everyone is set except for 2 teams right now. It's both 4th-place teams in the AFC and the NFC. Pittsburgh Steelers sitting at 9-6. Panthers sitting at 8-7. 9-6, 8-7. Steelers lose this game, it's going to come down to Week 18. Panthers lose this game, it's going to come down to Week 18. And right now, looking across the NFL, you can see at the bottom of the screen that the Pittsburgh Steelers are losing this game currently to the Cleveland Browns. So we come back from the commercial break, 6:55 left to go. 6:55 left to go. And here we go. Cyber Hype saying, Mario, try 420. No, man, I won't be able to call this game if I actually do that. Won't be able to call this game if I actually do that. All right, guys. We got a 1st and 10. We've got ourselves a single back formation. We got 2 receivers left, 3 receivers left, and 1 to the right. Here's a handoff to Kenneth Walker. Kenneth Walker will pick up about 3 yards as he's hit at the end of that one by Robinson. It does start the clock and brings up a 2nd down and 7. Football out to the Seattle 44-yard line. So the Seahawks with possession. They've only managed to score 3 points in this game. And what's interesting to me is that both teams combined have only managed to score 3 points in this game. This could be one of the worst games of football that I've watched this season. We've got a single back formation on the left hash, motion on the field from Cooper Kupp as he goes to the bottom of the screen. This will be a handoff, and it's going to be maybe a 1-yard gain here by Zach Charbonnet. Brings up a 3rd down and 6. So 1-yard pickup by Zach Charbonnet, another team tackle there by Jackson and Robinson. It does bring up a 3rd down. The clock is ticking, and Sam Darnold is going to have to do something here on 3rd down and medium, 3rd down and long-ish. My TV screen says 3rd down and 5, so it looks like a 2-yard pickup for Zach Charbonnet. 3rd down and 5 at the Seattle 46. Darnold in a shotgun with Kenneth Walker. Darnold in a shotgun with Kenneth Walker, and it looks like he's in an empty backfield now as Walker lines up as a wide receiver. The snap comes in. He drops the snap. He'll wind up and throw. That is swatted at the line of scrimmage. Darnold going to force a fumble out here. That was an incomplete pass, so I don't know what all of this is going on right now. That seemed like an incomplete pass. They're saying it's a turnover and Panthers football. The official said first down, Carolina Panthers. What did I miss here? Let's watch this one more time. The clock has stopped, and they're saying it's Panthers football. Darnold, that's forward. He threw, his arm was going forward clearly. I don't think this is going to stand. They're calling this, the ruling on the field is a fumble. I feel like Sam Darnold, his arm was definitely moving forward, and that was swatted down. This should be an incomplete pass. I don't think it's Carolina Panthers football. This is going to be reviewed. Ooh, maybe. Ooh, that's close. But Darnold still had forward motion with this one. I don't know, dude. This is going to be an interesting call right now. So they're looking at this. Yeah, under review. So the ruling on the field of a fumble recovered by the defense is under review. They have stopped the clock with 5 minutes and 19 seconds. And if this call stands the way that it's been called, it'll be a first down for the Seattle Seahawks. A first down for the Carolina Panthers in Seattle Seahawks territory. They would take over in field goal range. The Carolina Panthers would take over in field goal range. If the call is overturned or reversed, I should say, if the call is reversed, then we're going to see a fourth down. It's going to be a fourth down and 5. It's that simple. It'll be a fourth down and 5. Okay, we go back. We're here. We're live. Overturned, saying B-Dog. I called for the turnover, says David. The ref's been smoking all season, says Juggernaut. Fumble-rooski, says Bradley. He was clearly passing, but Panthers will take it, says Mark McKay. Smoking Indo, sipping on gin and juice. Laid back with my mind on my money and the money on my mind. Honestly, I agree, John, and it's going to come down to, is there enough to overturn the call? He says that's actually super close. I could see it going either way. We can't score, so a turnover doesn't matter, says Wanderbread. A turnover doesn't matter. Come on, Panthers. Let's go, Panthers. Let's go, says Seth Baker. The Jets are getting hammered. Yeah, they're probably going to do that as soon as this season is over, for sure. The poor Jets. The Dolphins are doing their job. I just need my Panthers to do theirs. You know what's interesting? The fact that the Miami Dolphins right now, first of all, the fact that they have the lead is perplexing to me. I think Tampa Bay is a better team than the Miami Dolphins, but the Dolphins are winning this game as it sits right now. And in case you're checking into the channel right now, folks, you can see up here that this play is currently under review. We are in the middle of a commercial break. So when we get back from the commercial break, we will know for sure what the call is. Oh, my notes just updated right here. The replay official reviewed the fumble, ruling that the play was upheld. The ruling on the field stands. Here we go. Back from the commercial break, this is going to be Carolina Panthers football. There's not enough to overturn this one right here. I don't know, man. That still looked like a forward pass to me. I think the call is wrong. But here we go. They line up at the 26-yard line, and the Seahawks on defense. Panthers get the football. Rico Dowdle takes it inside the red zone, and for the first time today, I get to turn on the red zone music. All right, guys, that play goes to the right-hand side for Rico Dowdle. It's a 2nd down and 2 for Rico Dowdle after an 8-yard gain. 2nd down and 2, and the Carolina Panthers line up on the Seattle 18-yard line. Panthers have the football. They trail by 3 with about 4.5 minutes here left to go. They line up on the 18, and we wait for a snap. Motion on the field. Looks like Tommy Tremble is on the move. Waiting for the snap here. It's actually Mitch Evans on the move. Here's the drop back, and in trouble. Has to scramble. Runs away from it. Bryce Young will throw an incomplete pass on 2nd down. It brings up a 3rd down and stops the clock with 4:30. So 4:30 left to go. Sam Darnold getting spoken to right now. I wonder if so we saw this happen a couple seasons ago with Brock Purdy when he was throwing the football. When Brock Purdy was throwing the football and he got tagged on the inside of the arm here, it ended up messing up his joint in the elbow. Sam Darnold's getting looked at right now. I'm hoping that he's okay. We've got motion on the field. 2 wide receivers on the wides go into the slots, which don't see that every day. Here's a 3rd down and 2 snap. This one gonna go nowhere. It brings up a 4th down and 1. A 1-yard pickup here. 4:20 on the clock. You know what that means. It means it's time for a field goal. 4th down and 1 at the Seattle 17. They might line up to go for it. Chuba Hubbard picks up nothing there. So let's see. Field goal says Wenda. Working saying go for it. Mr. Mojo says to go for it. They're going to line this thing up right now. This is going to be a Ryan Fitzgerald field goal, folks. This is going to be a Ryan Fitzgerald field goal. It's a 35-yarder, and this one goes up, and this one is good. And so the first points of the day for the Carolina Panthers is a field goal. A 35-yard field goal for the Carolina Panthers. The game is tied with 3:46 left to go. 3:46 left to go. It brings up a 1st and 10. It's a second quarter action right now with 3 minutes and 46 seconds. Let's go ahead and get our lo-fi back on. They're going to cut back to another quick break here. But we're all tied up, man. Seattle 3, Panthers 3. We go to a commercial break. Let's see. Spam's recipe has remained remarkably consistent since 1937 debut by Hormel Foods. Pork shoulder, ham, salt, sugar, water, and sodium nitrate with only a recent addition of potato starch. Most random fact of the day award goes to Rake Flyer. French saying that's incredible. Defensive, evidently. This game, defensive, evidently. Defense, evidently. During music, I see everyone bobbing their head, says William Reed. Okay, guys, 3 minutes and 46 seconds left to go here. 81 degrees in New Orleans, says Dropped Anchor. Okay. Kickoff coming up for the Carolina Panthers. They send this over to Seattle. This kick, up, and away. It is going to be returned from the 3-yard line out to the 10, the 20, the 25, the 30, and he brings it out to the 30-yard line. It's a 1st and 10 for the Seattle Seahawks. 3 minutes and 39 seconds here left to go. Seattle takes over. Let's see if Seattle can score before the break at halftime. Now, for those of you playing fantasy football today, for those of you doing your DraftKings, your underdogs, your prize picks, or those things, let's talk about fantasy scores. So, Bryce Young today, not very good. Bryce Young has completed 7 of 11 for, get this, a total of 16 yards, and it looks like no commercial break after all. I don't know why they even tried. They've cut right back to it. Seattle with the football. Here's a little play action. Sam Darnold will check it down. The catch is made by Zach Charbonnet. Charbonnet bounces off of a defender, picks up about 10 yards. This should bring up a 1st down here. 3 minutes and 25 seconds left to go. Clock is hot. So now ESPN's drive chart is glitched out. It still thinks that the Carolina Panthers have the football. There we go. Now it's updating here. I've got a 1st and 10 coming up after the Charbonnet catch. 10 yards picked up by Zach Charbonnet. This moves them from the 30 to the 40. Waiting for the snap. Sam Darnold takes it. Sam Darnold hands this off, and to the left-hand side they go. Kenneth Walker picks up a total of 4 yards. It brings up a 2nd down and 6. 2:55 on the clock. 2:55 on the clock. What happened to Sanders? How bad was his injury? His injury was bad enough, dude, that he had to be carted off the field. That's how bad it was. So probably not coming back. Carl, welcome to Football Nation. Thanks, Chiefs fan. Second down and 6. 2 minutes and 22 seconds, single back formation from the 44-yard line. The Seattle Seahawks pass to the left-hand side. Oh, that's got to be a horse collar, no? He's saying face mask. JSN saying face mask. He looks around saying, what? Are you kidding me? JSN looking for the face mask. No flag on the play. Third down and 2. And this takes us to the 2-minute warning. They might show that replay here. JSN definitely got his face mask pulled right there. And brought down by the horse collar. How? That's 2 penalties. Dude, you tackle a guy by the horse collar and the face mask and you get away with it. Not a single flag on that play. That's kind of crazy. Third down and 2 comes up. We are at the 2-minute warning. And so we go to another break. 2-minute warning. Third down and 2. At the Seattle Seahawks 48-yard line. I'm cold at that Bills game, says Isabel. Well, I guess bundle up. I don't know. I know buying things at those games is probably crazy expensive. If you're looking for a jersey, it's going to cost you $150 for a jersey, which is absolutely bananas to me. Refs with the bad calls or no call, says Mark McKay. I'm telling you, man, it happens. Let's see, Redfin or JSN all year like that, says B-Dog Wrench. Hey, refs, are you missing a good – hey, refs, you're missing a good game here. You know, that's the problem, and that was my biggest problem in year one as an official. When you referee for the first time ever, you get so excited that you're on the sidelines or you're out there in between the linebackers or you are the white hat behind the quarterback. Sometimes you start watching the ball and you stop actually watching the play or your cues. Officials are given certain cues that they're supposed to keep an eye on, right? You got 7 officials on the field. If you're the official who's standing behind the quarterback, it is not your job to throw a penalty 35 yards upfield for a pass interference. But for a novice or a newbie on the field as a referee, and it's your first time out there, sometimes you will be watching that football go and you forget about what's happening right here because you're watching this game, and all of a sudden that's where those face masks happen, that's where those horse collars happen, that's where those initial low blocks happen, and those other penalties. Because if you start watching the football and you take your eyes off of your cues and the players you're supposed to be covering, people can get hurt. Watching your balls. Watching, Courtney, watching. Okay. So the commercial break is over. Third down and 2 at the Seattle 48. Panthers did get the football first, B-Dog Wrench. That is correct. Third down at the 48-yard line. Seattle Seahawks with the football. Cooper Kupp to the top of the screen. Here is the snap. Here is the handoff. Up the middle they go, and this is going to be, looks like a 4-yard gain on third down and 2. You know what that means. First down, Seattle. So the Seahawks pick up a fresh new set of downs. They're showing that face mask and the grab by the pads, and this referee is 2 yards away from him, bro. You're grabbing him by the pads and by the face mask, and the official was literally arm's distance away from that play. And just, what's going, what, huh? First down across midfield from the 49-yard line. 1:20 left to go. Darnold takes the snap. He'll wind up and throw. This one is jarred loose. I think it's picked off. I think it's a first down. Official. Let's find out what they say. I think this is going to be another turnover here. I think that's a pick. I think that's a pick by the big man here. This one, Cooper Kupp could not control it. He was hit immediately. The football pops up in the air. Does he wrap his hands around it? No, it's not. It's not picked off. He almost got it. Defensive lineman could not wrap it up. It's going to go down as an incomplete pass. Hello. Well, look. Hi, look who it is. You know what? I actually need this today. I'm having one of those days. Hi, baby boy. How are you? Hi, little man. All right, guys. 1:13 left to go. Pass is going to go down as incomplete. It'll go down as a second down and 10. It'll go down as a second down and 10. Yeah, I'm having one of those days, guys. I need my little man with me. Yeah. Here comes the call. Yeah. The pass is incomplete, Sammy. What do you think about that? What do you think about that? Yeah. Incomplete pass. Stand you on my desk. He's going to step on my keys. He's going to step on my keyboard. Okay, he's definitely interested in all the other gadgets and gizmos going on right now. I just need a little emotional support, and this is exactly what I needed today. So we got a second down and 10 coming up with 1:13. Thanks, guys. I appreciate y'all in the chat. We got a second down and 10 coming up with 1:13. His binky green screen's pretty hard. Yeah, you could totally, then. That looks so funny, dude. Your binky green screens, it's so cute. All right, folks, the play has been ruled incomplete. Second down and 10 coming up here for the Seattle Seahawks. They are lined up on the Carolina 47-yard line. 1:14 on the clock, second down and 10, Carolina 47. They cleared off the Ferocious injury that just happened, waiting for the snap. Darnold waits for it. A running back to either side. He takes the snap. He turns around. He hands this off. Looks like Kenneth Walker. Goes to the right-hand side, and he'll pick up about 3 yards. I think he's ready to go back to mama. Sorry. Okay, you got him? I love you, little dude. We'll see you in a bit. Oops. Third down and 7 coming up. Third down and 7. Here's the snap. Sam Darnold's in trouble. He'll find a man on the right-hand side, and Kenneth Walker fumbles the football. This might just go down as an incomplete pass, if I'm being honest. Replay assistant might come back and bring that out. I got a 4th down and 1, though. Walker made the catch. No, I don't know if that's going to go down, man. I don't know if that's going to go down as a catch or not, but they got a 4th down and 1. And no challenge coming in. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 1. I wonder if they converted it. Seattle Seahawks try to go for it on 4th down. At least call a timeout. You got 17 seconds here left to go. So 17 seconds left to go. I think Seattle converted. I think this is going to be a 1st down for the Seahawks. 1st down, Seattle. Sammy was just waiting for the quiz. By the way, that should be an incomplete pass. I don't think that Kenneth Walker actually hung on to that football. I don't think that Kenneth Walker actually hung on to that football, but the Seattle Seahawks got back to it quickly. 17 seconds left to go. I got a 4th down and 1. That should have been a conversion here, unless the officials are reviewing this. 1, 2, 3. I don't know, man. I think that, yeah, I don't think so. A really messy game, guys. A really low-scoring game, by the way. Y'all saying it's incomplete. I agree that it's incomplete. But they allowed the Seattle Seahawks to go for it on 4th down, and now they're saying that the Seahawks did not even convert on 4th down. They allowed the Seahawks to go for it on 4th down, and the Seahawks got back to the line super quick here, and they're saying that they're short. So I think this is going to end up being a turnover on downs, and I think the Panthers are going to take over here at about the 40-yard line. I'm grasping at straws right now because these officials are an absolute disaster today. I think he's short. That's a tough one. These officials really are an absolute disaster today. A barn burner? Are the stats to your left updating? Yeah, I would think so. Sam Darnold, 5 of 10 today. Maybe not. Let's refresh this. No, they're not. Hang on. I don't know why I'm having issues today. You're right. They should have been updating. They're not. It is Carolina Panthers football. This time it looks like it's going to be a 1st down picked up. 8 seconds left to go. Carolina with 1 timeout remaining. There we go, guys. Updated stats over there. Thanks for saying something. I don't know what's going on with okay, just make sure that all of this stuff is good to go. Really messy today. One of those days, guys. One of those days. Worst game today, says Pink Spade. I agree. And I thought it was going to be the best game today because there's so much riding on this game for the Carolina Panthers and the Seattle Seahawks. 8 seconds left to go. It's a 1st and 10. 8 seconds left to go. It's a 1st and 10. First half almost over. Timeout going to be called this time. Panthers have no timeouts remaining, and a timeout's called by Seattle. So they have 2 timeouts remaining. He got carted off for illegal cuteness, says Juana. You know, Panthers have been riding on terrible. Yeah, Turgan, they really have been pretty bad. But the Seattle Seahawks have no excuse for this today. There's no excuse for the Seattle Seahawks to only have put up 3 points in this game. Jackson Smith and Jigba just 32 receiving yards against a middling Panthers defense. If Seattle really genuinely wants to win a Super Bowl, they're going to have to play better than that. It feels like they're half-heartedly playing. Okay, shotgun formation. Trips to the right-hand side. Interesting lineup here defensively. They are playing prevent. Here's a terrible incomplete pass to stop the clock with 3 seconds. I mean, a terrible incomplete pass to stop the clock with 3 seconds. And my guess is that we're gonna see how big Bryce Young's arm really is. We're gonna see how big Bryce Young's arm really is. I'm here. I am here. Sour Patch, says James. Sour Patch would be good. I think I need a nap, bro. I really think I need a nap. The score is 3-3. Carolina Panthers with possession. It's a shotgun formation. Here comes the snap and a 4-man rush coming in. Incomplete pass. That'll be the end of the half, guys. So, halftime. We'll put 13 minutes on the board. Let's give everyone their timeouts back. Welcome to the worst game for America. Awful game, tied up at 3-3. How about, I guess it's not as bad as being down 35-3 if you're the New York Jets. It is halftime, guys, and the halftime clock is ticking. So, yeah. CBD does a body good. B-Bowls, it doesn't work like that, man. It doesn't work like that. So, yes, again, I know a lot of you guys are saying, oh, get someone else, get Santino to cover the next game. Yeah, it don't work like that. He lives on the opposite side of town. He lives on the opposite side of town. He has another job, and, you know, it's not every day that it's possible. So, it's not every day that it's possible. It's not every day that it's prepped for that also, you know. And in all fairness and all reality, I got a breastfeeding wife downstairs at home. I don't need another person running around my house while that happens. That's just me being cautious. You know, nothing like that. But I'm just saying, like, I want to respect my wife's privacy and all that stuff. And all this takes place, you guys know it's in my house. I don't owe anybody an explanation, but I feel like that will air it out. I know a lot of people always say, hey, bring so-and-so over, but it is literally just me here today. That's just how it works. Okay, guys, let's go into our trivia quiz. Okay, y'all, we've got our trivia quiz coming up, and I'm going to ask you guys a series of questions. I'm going to ask you guys a series of questions here. I got 10 questions on the board. You guys just do your best and forget the rest. Let's start with question number 1. All right, man. Why? Question number 1, why is yesterday's trivia quiz on here? That's on me. Do I have today's? Yeah, Panthers and Seahawks. That's done. Let's redo kick. Let's try this again. All right, guys. 10 questions. Let's do this thing. Question number 1. Who is the Seattle Seahawks special teams coordinator? Is it A, Mike McDonald? Is it B, Clint Kubiak? Or is it C, Jay Harbaugh? Who is the Seattle Seahawks special teams coordinator? A, B, or C? Special teams. Wonder if you guys know what's going on. The answer, guys, special teams coordinator is Jay Harbaugh. Yes, the son of Jim Harbaugh. Yes, this is the special teams coordinator for the Seattle Seahawks. In case you did not know, we'll see how he does. There you go. Benjamin understands. Question number 2. He process of elimination in that one. All right, guys, the Carolina Panthers play their home games in which of these 3 cities? Is it Charlotte, Carolina, Charleston, Carolina, or Raleigh, Carolina? A, B, or C? Where do these guys play? We asked this question not too long ago. I wonder if you guys remember. Is it Charlotte, Charleston, or Raleigh? Not Riley, Raleigh. And the answer is Charlotte. Good job, guys. Charlotte, North Carolina. The Carolina Panthers play their home games at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. The stadium opened in 1996. 7,500 plus seat venue. Huge stadium. All right, guys, question number 3. Who is leading the Seattle Seahawks this season in rushing touchdowns? Is it Sam Darnold, Kenneth Walker, or Zach Charbonnet? Not in that order. Not in that order. Who is leading this team in rushing touchdowns? Rushing touchdowns, guys. The answer by a lot is Zach Charbonnet. Kenneth Walker has just 5 rushing touchdowns this season. George Holani and A.J. Barner also have a rushing touchdown. But Zach Charbonnet has 9 this season. And Charbonnet has been on a tear. He's looking for number 10 today. Question number 4. Who holds the Carolina Panthers single-season rushing yards record? Is it Cam Newton, Christian McCaffrey, or D'Angelo Williams? Single-season rushing yards record, A, B, or C? What do you know? What do you know? Oh my, you guys not going to like the answer to this one. It is not Christian McCaffrey or Cam Newton. It is indeed D'Angelo Williams, guys. In a 16-game season, he had 1,515 rushing yards back in 2008. Real Carolina Panthers fans knew the answer to that one. Question number 5. Who is the only non-quarterback player to throw a forward pass this season for the Seattle Seahawks? We know that they have 2 quarterbacks in Seattle. Both Sam Darnold and Drew Lock have played quarterback this season. But which of these 3 players has also thrown a forward pass? Is it A.J. Barner, Cooper Kupp, or Kenneth Walker? I'll tell you that pass that was thrown was incomplete. But the answer is Cooper Kupp, guys. He threw a pick. Yes, it was an interception. He has 1 pass attempt and 1 interception this season. That is absolutely correct. Cooper Kupp did that. He says, my bad. Question number 6. Question number 6, guys. Who holds the all-time sack record for the Carolina Panthers? We've asked this question on this channel before. A lot of you guys got this one wrong. Is it Charles Johnson, Mike Rucker, or Julius Peppers? Who holds the all-time sack record for this team in Carolina? A, B, or C? A, B, or C? Ba-da-ba-da-bow. You guys, most of you are correct this time. It is Julius Peppers, holds the all-time sack record for the Carolina Panthers with 97 sacks. He had 2 stints with this team, guys, 2002 to 2009, and then he played 2017 to 2018. Peppers, duh, says Mr. Mojo. Question number 7, y'all. Who holds the Seattle Seahawks all-time record for rushing yards in franchise history? Is it Sean Alexander, Marshawn Lynch, or Kurt Warner? Seahawks fans, you ought to know this one. This one's also not a trick question. Is it A, B, or C? Is it A, B, or C? The all-time rushing record here for the Seattle Seahawks. Alexander the Great. Well done, Dennis. It is Alexander the Great. Sean Alexander holds the Seattle Seahawks all-time record for rushing yards in franchise history with 9,429 rushing yards. 8 seasons, guys, 2000 to 2007. Also 2005 NFL MVP. All right, guys, what year did the Carolina Panthers play their very first season? What year did the Carolina Panthers come into existence? Was it 1990, 1995, or the year 2000? A, B, or C? A, B, or C? The Carolina Panthers have been around for about 30 years. 30 years, guys. 1995, this team came into existence. It is the end of 2025. So they'll be 31 years old right now, finishing 7-9 in their inaugural season under head coach Dom Capers. Okay, guys, let's move on to question number 9. I got 2 more for you. Who did the Seattle Seahawks play in their lone AFC Championship appearance? Was it the New England Patriots, the Los Angeles Raiders, or the Denver Broncos? Yes, you heard that right. Yes, the Seattle Seahawks are currently in the NFC, but they are the only team in NFL history to have played in both the NFC and AFC Championship because they were an AFC team at one point. The answer to this question is the Los Angeles Raiders. Seattle Seahawks played the Raiders back in 1983. They actually lost that game 30-14 at the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum. Okay, guys, question number 10. Who holds the Panthers' single-season record for receiving yards? Is it DJ Moore? Is it Greg Olsen? Or is it Steve Smith Sr.? This is actually one of the easier questions of today's trivia quiz. Who holds the Panthers' single-season record for the most receiving yards in 1 year? 1 year. The answer is Steve Smith Sr. with 1,563 back in 2025, which is huge for Steve Smith Sr. and for anyone. But interestingly enough, guys, Jackson Smith-Njigba of the Seattle Seahawks has 1,637 this year. So, interesting. How did you guys do on that trivia quiz? Honestly, I think that trivia quiz did me some good. I think it was good to get this trivia quiz in. LOL. Wait, what? Says Bo. I went 500, says Jeff. 7 out of 10, 2 out of 4. You missed a few questions. 6 out of 10. Okay, 8 out of 10 for Bradley. Nice. Well, we have a total of 65 yards, says Jeff. Yes, they definitely do. Nailed this one, says Bubba Jax. Did ya? Cool. Okay, I cut the funk. Someone said never cut the funk. I cut the funk. So, bring that back in. 77,000. We're about to hit 78, man. We might hit 78 today. I got 3 wrong. I don't know much about Seattle, says David. Okay. Still, though, man, you only got 3 of them wrong. That's not bad at all. Why don't we take a look at some of these stats here, guys? I'm going to scroll up to the top. This is bad. This is like bad. Combined in the first 30 minutes of football, we have a grand total of 187 total yards. Passing yards today combined for both of these teams in the first half, 57. 57 passing yards in the first half of this game. 57 passing yards in the first half of this game. Why does that freak me out? Well, because when we look at this right now, these teams are both way behind schedule. The Seattle Seahawks normally average 238 passing yards per game. The Carolina Panthers normally average 182 passing yards a game. Combined, these two teams normally average over 400 yards through the air alone. And we have a 10th of that here today. Snoozeville kind of game. You could say that it's oh, it's a defensive game. It's a good defensive game. No, it's really just a bad offensive game. I haven't seen good defense from either side, so it kind of blows my mind that this game has been so bad. I was really excited. I kid you not. I was really excited for today's game. Kind of a bummer that we are where we're at. But there's a whole second half, so I'm going to smile and hope and pray that this second half ends up being better. Hiroshi checking in from Japan. Arigato, my friend. Thanks for checking in. Mario, your Indianapolis fan is going to cover Iowa. Nice. You can say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. Okay. All right. Second half will fire up, I hope so, Bradley. I can use it. Playing their cards close to the vest, says Living Like Larry. Between this game and their offensive output against the Colts, as a Niners fan, that gives me a lot of joy and hope when we play them next week. Yeah, dude, honestly, I would be pretty fired up to see that big downslide, that big downturn as they head into Week 18. Seahawks seem to be losing gas instead of getting better towards the end of this season. But the second half is underway. We do have an official kickoff. There's 15 minutes on the board. We get ourselves a kickoff and a flag to start this one. Kick was short of the landing zone. Is DJ Moore out yet? Wait, what? DJ Moore plays for the Bears. He'll be playing tonight. DJ Moore will be playing tonight for the Chicago Bears. Definitely not for the Carolina Panthers. Now, the Carolina Panthers did acquire some first-round picks here. Hello to Hiroshi. Shout out, my friend. Okay, y'all. 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line here as the Seattle Seahawks take the football to start this second half. Here's going to be a run to the right-hand side. Kenneth Walker trying to figure out what to do. He does a little shimmy right there. Picks up nothing. It brings up a 2nd down and 10. 2nd down and 10. Man, I should... This PC was too expensive to be glitching like this and not giving me the stuff that I need. Do I have too many tabs open or something? It might be that I have too many tabs open. That just means that I still need to get more RAM. 2nd down and 9 is what they're saying. It's definitely a 2nd down and 10. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers to the right. Motion on the field this time going to the top of the screen. We do have a motion man to drop back, and Darnold will wind up and throw. Catch is going to be made this time by A.J. Barner. He will pick up a 1st down. 2nd down and 10. He picks up exactly 10. That's good for a 1st down, Seattle Seahawks. So 1st down for Seattle as A.J. Barner makes the 10-yard grab. Clock continues to tick. Football to the Carolina 49 is what it says here. Should be the 50-yard line if it's a full 10 yards. What are we talking? What are we doing here? If the drive started on the 40, in order to pick up a 1st down, you need to be at least on the 50. They're saying it's on the Carolina 49. That's fair. Here's the snap. 1st and 10, dropping back in the pocket. Looks left, throws left. Going to be a 3-yard gain here. This takes it out to the Carolina 47. Zach Charbonnet makes the grab. It's a 2nd down and 7. Juana saying, I'm lagging terribly too. I don't know what's going on, man. I don't know if AWS is under attack again. We've seen that happen. I really want to get my rosters put together and printed out. I don't want to have to go digging for an old roster page. Trying to get this thing printed. Here's a snap and a handoff to the right-hand side. 2nd down and 8. He's off on the run. There he goes. Zach Charbonnet gets a big carry. Charbonnet out to the right-hand side. Gains a good chunk of yardage on that play. That's going to bring up a Seattle Seahawks 1st down. Charbonnet gains 29 yards on the right-hand side from the Carolina 47 all the way to the Carolina 18. We are inside the red zone. The Seattle Seahawks knocking on the door. And my printer, no response yet from my printer. It's just one of those days when I don't give a The snap from the 18-yard line. Darnold fakes the toss. The blitz coming in. Darnold going to wind up and throw. Incomplete. This pass intended for Saubert. And the catch not going to be there. Eric Saubert, incomplete pass. It does bring up a second down. It'll be a second down and 10. This does stop the clock with 12-12 on it. This does stop the clock with 12-12. Second down and 10 at the Carolina 18-yard line. Saubert gets another target. No reception here. Not today. Third quarter with 12 minutes left to go. Shotgun formation. We've got one lone receiver at the top of the screen, and now we see Cooper Kupp go to the top of the screen. Cooper Kupp is in the slot and looking that way, shooting to the end zone. That's going to be intercepted by, oh my goodness, that is picked off right here, and that's going to be a first down. Picked off in the red zone, picked off in the end zone right here, guys. Intercepted by Michael Jackson. It's going to be a touchback. First down, Carolina Panthers. Jackson goes up, gets 1 foot in. Ooh, the foot's on the line. That's going to go incomplete. That's going to be an incomplete pass because Jackson couldn't get both feet in bounds. Goes up, 1 foot down. His toe is on the line. His toe is on the line. That's not going to be a turnover. It's going to bring up a third down. There's no way that that's going to stand. This is going to be reviewed. This play is currently under review. I don't think it stands. I don't think it stands. Anybody out there watching this game right now, what do you guys think about it? I think he was on the line. Looks like we got someone to become a new channel member. Daryl, welcome to Football Nation. Incomplete, question mark? I think bring it back, guys. Anybody who watched that one, it was very close. And when I say his toe was on the line, I am talking like the first knuckle on his pinky toe was on the line. But that is enough to overturn this. This is going to be reviewed. Brielle saying it stands. Sea Wine Girl saying it's incomplete. Roy Williams saying, I believe you. Bill saying, hell no, we aren't watching. You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. By the way, I kind of am curious right now, guys. I am curious, how many of you guys, just raise your hand if you do actually have access to this game and you are watching this game as part of our watch party here on Football Nation. Just raise your hand. Just say, me, I'm getting to watch. My guess is that I would say about maybe 10% of you guys might have access right now. James saying yes. Looks like Dez is watching right now. Looks like Dez is watching right now. I watch both, says Marcus. Okay, we got a couple people right here. And I'm sure that 90% of you guys don't have access to this game. But shout out to those of you who do have access to this game, like Gary, like retired Aiden. I mute the game like this. This is exactly what I'm talking about. A lot of people, they will watch the visuals, but they want to be a part of the community. They want to see if the YouTuber who's actually calling the game is a bozo or if he actually knows what he's talking about. And it's nice to be able to. Football is more fun with friends. If you're sitting on the couch watching a football game by yourself, you might find yourself literally scrolling through your phone halfway through the game. But when we got this group of people out here for sure, I got a lot of people out here like David, like Mr. Sethix, like Mark, and a lot of other guys out here right now who are watching this. Here's the catch. To me, it was out of bounds. The foot goes down. They're saying that the knee was down before the second foot went down. So this is actually going to stand. So it is going to be a turnover here, guys. They showed the replay there quickly. 1st and 10 becomes, a forced fumble. I think they forced the fumble back, and I think they're going to score. Did Reek Woolen? It's DeMarcus Lawrence who scores a touchdown on the immediate play. The Seattle Seahawks on defense might have just scored a touchdown. Hold the phone. You remember when I said this was a sloppy game? We'll see. I don't know if they scored a touchdown, but they might have just forced a fumble here. So the last play that was in the back of the end zone, the right foot did touch the line, but he managed to get the left knee down. Oh, yeah, that football punched out right here. It is clearly going to be contact right there. He is down by contact. It's not going to be a touchdown, but it's Seattle Seahawks football immediately ensuing the interception by the Carolina Panthers. So 2 plays, 2 turnovers. It's 1st and 10 for Seattle. Bro, what? Okay, we're back in the red zone. Retired Aiden saying that's obviously not a touchdown. Yeah, it's definitely not a touchdown. He was for sure down by contact. He was for sure down by contact this time. 12 minutes left to go. The curse of the commentator, man. You think you see something, and then you come back from the commercial break and everything is backwards. You're like, what? What's happening? Anyways, let's just stick to the facts and stick to what we've got going on. This is the only tied game in the NFL right now. The only game that is tied in the NFL in the 3rd quarter. 12 minutes left to go. It's a toss to Kenneth Walker. Kenneth Walker, well behind the line of scrimmage, is going to go down and lose 6 yards. It brings up a 2nd down and 16. Huge stop there by the Carolina Panthers defense. And Trayvon Moehrig doing everything that he can to make sure that this Panthers team stays in playoff contention. Great job by Moehrig there of the Carolina Panthers. The Seattle Seahawks, 2nd down and 16. 2nd down and 16. 11 minutes and 25 seconds on the clock. Waiting for the snap. Darnold takes it. Darnold surveys, looks to the right, throws to the right. Catch is going to be made by JSN. They get back to the 20-yard line. It brings up a 3rd down and 9. 7-yard gain. 3rd down and 9. We are at the 20. Big 3rd down coming up here for the Seattle Seahawks. Let's see if they can get the job done. Clock is hot. Jackson Smith-Njigba today has 9 targets, 6 receptions, 39 yards. Total yards in this game just broke 200. We're sitting at about 220 here, about 230 total yards, and that's both teams combined. 3rd down and 9. The snap comes in. Darnold looks to the left. Darnold throws while on the run. A.J. Barner makes the grab. A.J. Barner inside the 10, inside the 5, and down at the 4. 1st down, Seattle Seahawks. And this will bring up a 1st and goal for Seattle. A 1st and goal coming up for the Seattle Seahawks. Incredible that this is what we've been watching. Here's the snap and another handoff. He almost muffs the handoff here. He almost drops the handoff, and this will bring up a 2nd and goal. Zach Charbonnet from the 4-yard line picks up 2 yards because he almost dropped the football. He goes down after gaining just 2. It's a 2nd down and goal at the Seattle 2-yard line. 2nd down and goal at the Seattle 2. It's okay, only 8 more hours to go. We're good. We're good. Motion on the field right now. Here's the snap. Here's the handoff to Charbonnet on the left-hand side. Stuffed again by Scott and Robinson. It brings up a 3rd down and goal from the 1-yard line. Looks like another super came in. Let's see who dropped that one in the chat. I hate watching Sam Darnold games, dude. Here in Minnesota, everyone still worships the guy. Whatever happened to Kirk Cousins, man? Cousins was... You know, I could see that, dude. Sam Darnold, you believe it or not, despite the game that he's having today, this season he's been pretty good. This season he has been pretty good. We do have a single back formation. It is Sam Darnold lined up here on 3rd and goal. He will hand this off, and up the middle they go. Zach Charbonnet gets the paint job, and it's the 1st touchdown of the game. Touchdown, Seattle Seahawks. Finally, we get a touchdown here. Finally, we get a touchdown. Touchdown, Seattle! No! Kidding. It feels that way, man. It feels like I should be screaming goal like they do in soccer. Golazo, oso, 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 oso. Y bien metido. Just needed some points, man. We just needed some points, and finally we get some points. The extra point attempt goes up and in. The score is 10-3. 8:45 left to go in the third quarter. Commercial break. Finally, dude, that gave me some energy, some much-needed energy. I'm literally falling asleep in this chair while drinking a Red Bull because this game is putting me to sleep. 80K today, says Kelly? No. Nice. I would love 80K today, Kelly, but I think 78 is the goal. 78 is the goal. 79 is the stretch goal. And extra credit, unbelievably, would be to get to 79. Would be to get to 80. I don't think that'll happen I don't think that'll happen today. I don't even think it'll happen this week. I do think next week maybe we could get to 80,000, but that's going to be in large part because of the college football games, not even because of the NFL games. I think by the end of the NFL season, we'll probably be at 85, maybe, question mark. We'll see how that goes. We'll probably be around 85 by the end of the football season, which means that for basketball season, we'll need to pick up another 15 to get to that 100,000 mark. Todd Tier saying, no, I'm serious. Duh, Bears. You better get that excited when the Panthers score. I will get that excited if the Panthers can score. By the way, another touchdown happening right here. You can see that down below with this green box. Looks like the New England Patriots are stomping on the necks of the New York Jets. They said bite the curb, and they are just absolutely tearing through the poor New York Jets. Jets getting demolished. Tennessee, New Orleans. The score is 20-17 there. Cleveland Browns still hanging on to a lead, 10-6 lead over the Pittsburgh Steelers. Indianapolis Colts, everything is right with the world. The Jacksonville Jaguars 14, Indianapolis Colts 10. Looks like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers still trailing the Miami Dolphins down at the bottom here as well. New England has no love for the Jets. Oh yeah, dude. If the Panthers score, I will get excited. Ugo, thank you. Ugot, I see you, man. You've got thin issues. You've got effing issues. You got some effing issues. I think I understand your name now. Thanks, bro. Thanks for that. I appreciate that. Fist bumps to you, sir. All right, guys. So, for those of you who are watching, I know a lot of y'all have been hanging out, and I know I'm willing to bet that a good handful of you guys meant to hit that like button but have forgotten to hit the like button. Just a reminder, don't forget to hit the like button on this video right here. Okay, guys, Seattle Seahawks lining up to kick this off to the Carolina Panthers. Would love to see the Carolina Panthers. Ooh, a beautiful kickoff. It does take a bounce at about the 17-yard line. The kickoff is still returned to about the 35. Call it the 34. Okay. 8 minutes and 39 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. It's a 1st and 10 coming up now for these Carolina Panthers. User saying, gotta get out. Let's go Pats and Panthers, saying Cat. Jags on top, says Mr. Mojo. That is correct, my friend. Busy week. Yeah, busy week, user. Busy week, bro. Busy week. 1st and 10, 8:39. Here's the toss to the right-hand side. Looks like this time Rico Dowdle going to tear through this Seahawks defense. He'll pick up about 7 yards. This will bring up a 2nd down and 3. Rico Dowdle is the workhorse here for the Carolina Panthers. He picks up 7 yards. He moves the football from the Carolina 34 out to the Carolina 41. We line up on the 41-yard line here for this 2nd down. Seattle Seahawks defense has forced a fumble in this game. They haven't really done too much, if I'm being honest. I feel like the Seahawks defense hasn't done too much. Couple forced fumbles here. Here's the snap, a little drop back, and on the run now. A wind up and a throw to nobody. Incomplete pass, stops the clock, and this will bring up a 3rd down. 3rd down and 3 comes up. 3rd down and 3 as Bryce Young has nobody near him. I'm taking a look at some of the defensive stats. Yeah, you see this right. Sam Darnold has forced a sack because when he fumbled the football, has forced a fumble. Sam Darnold has forced a fumble because when he fumbled the football, he delivered a hit on the man who recovered and it got fumbled again. So 2 forced fumbles today. One of them by the quarterback. Interesting. All right, we'll scroll back down. 3rd down and 3, 7:54. Here is the snap, dropping back, looking right, throwing right. It's picked off. It's intercepted. They come back with it. The 40, the 35, the 30. Down by contact here. Down by contact for sure, but they should be down at about the 27-yard line. It was intercepted here by the defense. Intercepted here by the Seattle Seahawks. Intercepted here by the Seattle Seahawks. It was Julian Love who intercepted it. So Julian Love gets the interception here, guys. And the Seattle Seahawks come back with it. Tough spot, man. Brutal. Brutal if you're the Carolina Panthers. Trying to mount a comeback. You're down by 7. If you can read lips, you know that F-bomb that was just torn, he just shouted that into the sky right now. Bryce Young, very upset with himself on that throw. Bad throw by Bryce Young. Great job by Julian Love of the Seattle Seahawks defense. That is his 10th interception this season, and the Panthers are back on defense. The Seattle Seahawks have the football. We line up on the 29-yard line. It's 1st and 10. A toss to Kenneth Walker. Walker goes up the middle here. He'll pick up about 3 yards. It brings up a 2nd down and 7. Okay, 2nd down and 7. The Seattle Seahawks have the football right now. They are inside of Panthers territory. They're at the Carolina 26-yard line, about 6 yards shy of the red zone. My guess, the way Sam Darnold has been playing today, just barely above 50% passing, they might turn around and hand this off again. Charbonnet is the back in on this play. Cooper Kupp is in motion. They will hand this off to Charbonnet. He goes to the right-hand side, and he takes it from the 26 to about the 21. This will be a 5-yard gain, and it brings up a 3rd down and 2. 3rd down and 2. Wow, what a catch by Julian Love. Tet McMillan was the intended receiver. That was his first target of the day. They take off the – wow. Oh, man. This guy has 2 jerseys. He was wearing his Bryce Young jersey and takes it off to reveal. He is so upset with Bryce Young, he took off his jersey just to reveal his J.C. Horn jersey. Again, single back formation motion from Cooper Kupp to the top of the screen this time. Another turnaround and a handoff on 3rd down and 2 from the 21-yard line. The carry goes out to the 17-yard line. 3rd down and 2, 4-yard gain equals Seattle Seahawks 1st down. 1st down for Seattle. I don't know, man. Bryce Young is probably 1st overall pick in the NFL draft. So is Sam Darnold. That's interesting. Now that I think about it, that sure was interesting. 1st and 10 coming up from the 17-yard line. Here's the snap and a little play action. He'll wind up and throw. Catch made right-hand side. A.J. Barner takes it all the way. Touchdown, Seattle! And the Seahawks will score 6 more. A.J. Barner finds the end zone. The score is now 16-3. Actually, Sam Darnold 3rd overall pick, so that is incorrect on my side. Who was the number 1 overall pick in the 2000? Was that Baker Mayfield? I can't think. Can someone please fact check me? Who was the number 1 overall pick in the 2018 draft? Someone help me with my own trivia. Here's the kick. The kick is up. The kick is good. Now my gut wants to say it was Baker, but I don't know if that's right or not. Reading the chat right now. Lebowski saying Darnold extra point was good. Yeah, it is. It is Baker, right? The 2018 draft specifically. It's Baker, right? Johnny Football says Doug Jones. Oh, man. I forgot about Manziel. I totally forgot about Johnny Manziel. Dan Marino. Nice. Baker loves his braid. It was Baker. Okay, everyone's saying it was Baker. Yeah, Sam Darnold was 3rd overall in that pick. But I will say for sure, Bryce Young was the number 1 overall pick 2 years ago, not last year, not this year. Year before that, 2023 draft. 2024? Yeah, 2024. I'm so tripping right now. I need to take a nap, dude. I can't get my head together. The score is 17-3. 16 passing yards for Bryce. LOL. What? Yes. Thank you, Kyler Shannon. Appreciate that. Jeff saying it was Baker for sure. 2018 Baker was drafted. Okay. Bryce Young was drafted 20. Thank you, Slump Dog. So Bryce Young was the #1 overall, and then was it Will Anderson Jr. or C.J. Stroud? I can't even remember. I don't know why I'm struggling. I don't know. I think C.J. Stroud, I know for a fact C.J. Stroud obviously was drafted after Bryce Young in the same draft class, but it feels like C.J. Stroud was the right choice, and they made the wrong choice in Bryce Young. Drink some caffeine, says Juana. Yeah, let me just finish this Red Bull. I need it for sure. Will Anderson after that, says Tyler. Okay. Probably going to regret that later. Let Sammy take over, says Roy Williams. 78K for Football Nation. We might get there in just a few minutes, says Disc Golf. We might get there today. No love for the Giants score? I got you, bro. The game hasn't started yet. That game is not on. You can see that down below, right over here. Giants game has not started. It starts in an hour. That game starts in 1 hour, so no love for the Giants right now. How about the Cincinnati Bengals, 30-7? That's so frustrating to me. How are the Browns beating the Steelers? Because we need drama in Week 18, guys. We need drama in Week 18, and it would be so undramatic if we don't let the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers fight it out in Week 18 for that final playoff spot. Of course the Steelers are going to lose. It's all in the script, bro. It's all in the script. Here's the kickoff, the return, out to the 20, the 25, out to the 30, call it the 31, first down, 1st and 10, Carolina. They now trail by 14. Ooh, looks like they're getting chippy out there. Pushing each other around right now. Go Brown, says Country. By the way, Country, I see you out there. Thanks for checking in. I feel the love. Yo, dude, says, what up, yo, dude? I need to change my profile pic to a solid color like you mentioned last week. Maybe you'll see my comments, ask questions, says LC Chi-Town. Probably not. I am going to go ahead and minimize the chat right now, LC Chi-Town, so you're not going to have much luck even if you had banners all over there. I'm back into the game right now. Bryce Young looks to the left, throws to the left. Mitchell going to make the grab right here. That's Mitchell Evans who makes the grab, and it is going to be a 5-yard gain. We'll start the clock. 2nd down and 5 coming in now. LC Chi-Town, how do you feel about your Bears getting there, bro? LC Chi-Town, Chicago Bears, #1 seed in the they won the division. The Chicago Bears won the division. What is this, 1985? We are in a pistol formation. 4:50 left to go. Bryce Young takes the snap, hands it off to Rico Dowdle. Rico Dowdle goes forward. It brings up a 3rd down and 1 down at the Carolina 36. 3rd down and 1 down at the Carolina 36. They're talking about how Mike McDonald has performed in the last couple of years. Indianapolis Colts retook the lead, by the way, against the Jacksonville Jaguars. They're starting the 4th quarter right now in that Miami-Tampa Bay game. New York Jets cooked right now. Here's the snap. On the run, on the move. Young will wind up and throw. It looks like the catch was made. Bryce Tremaine, did he make the grab? The officials are going to say it was caught. 1st down, Carolina Panthers. Wow. No, that's going to come back. You better challenge that, coach. You better challenge that. There's the flag. 4:02 challenge flag comes in. These officials, another blown call. Mike McDaniel. Did I say McDaniel? Oops. Let's take a look here. Yeah, bro, that's not a catch. You got me kidding. Any UK Seahawks fan here? Been to Lumen Field twice, says Kai Mick. or Kia Mick. Kia Mick, shocking. Take a drink, he said. First down, says Mr. Mojo. Saints ain't doing nothing for another 15 years. You know what's interesting? That's going to be incomplete, guys. This review's not going to take very long. You know what's interesting is that, everyone's like, oh, yeah, Sean Payton only managed to get that Super Bowl because he had Drew Brees and blah, blah, blah. But I am very impressed by what the Denver Broncos have been able to do. The Denver Broncos have been such a solid team this season. Even when Bo Nix is unable to get the job done, the rest of the team has been able to perform, and the Denver Broncos defense is just so dang good. So, someone said that the Saints aren't going to do anything for another 15 years. They need a real coach, and as much as I love Kellen Moore, I don't know that he is head coach material. Just, as someone who, Kellen Moore was our offensive coordinator for the Dallas Cowboys for years. I don't know, man. I just feel like it's going to be tough. Anyways, 4th down and 1 coming up, guys. So the pass was incomplete. It's a 4th down and 1 as we get back from the commercial break. Looks like the challenge was done quickly, and also, oh, okay, sure. Drop your challenge flag, win the challenge, and then, because you just want to, call a timeout. Timeout's been called. We're going to waste another 30 seconds here. 4th down and 1 coming up. Seahawks want to make sure that they're ready for this 4th down and 1. And the Carolina Panthers are lined up to go for it on 4th down on their own 40-yard line. Did you hear that? 4th down and 1 at the Carolina 40-yard line, their own 40-yard line, and they are lined up to go for it. It's just a 2-possession game. This, to me, screams inexperience and no trust or faith in your defense that held the Seattle Seahawks to 3 points in the first half of this game. Here's the snap and the drop back. I saw a wide open player upfield. Here's the scramble. The 4th down gamble is going to actually work as Bryce Young keeps this football and runs to the left-hand side. I do not agree with that play decision, with that play call, but they went for it and they got it. They went for it and they got it. I still don't agree with that play call. I still don't agree with the play call, but it is. Okay. He got it. First down, Carolina Panthers. So the drive stays alive. Carolina with the football. We got motion on the field from Tommy Tremble as he heads to the bottom of the screen. Here is the snap and a little play action. Oh, they fooled everybody here. On the run, Bryce Young going to pick up about a yard as he's pushed out of bounds by DeMarcus Lawrence. It brings up a 2nd down. 2nd down and 9. Clock ticking away. Football to the Carolina 49, 1 yard shy of midfield here with 3 minutes and 20 seconds left to go. 3 minutes and 20 seconds left to go. Another pick. Bye-bye, Sanders. Steelers are driving again, says KSH. Another pick by Sanders. That's awful. Shedeur Sanders throwing interceptions left and right. Motion on the field to the top of the screen goes Xavier Legette. Here's the snap. Looking to the left, looking to the right. In trouble, will wind up and throw. Catch will be made on the right-hand side. And this will be just a 2-yard gain on 2nd down and 9. 3rd down and 7, 2:42 left to go. Palpatine of the internet saying pick 6 incoming. Bradley saying they need a touchdown right now. MV Amick saying it's the eye of the Panther. It's the eye of the Panther. It's the thrill of the... doesn't have the same ring. Doesn't have the same ring to it. Just like the Panthers don't have that ring. 3rd down and 7. Sorry, that was a jab. 3rd down and 7. Shotgun formation. We wait for the snap. Here it is. Dropping back, looking left. A quick pass to the left-hand side. Ooh, I think he'll pick up the 1st down. He does. Chuba Hubbard makes the grab. Chuba Hubbard picks up 8 on 3rd down and 7, which results in a Carolina Panthers 1st down. 1st down, Carolina. 1st down for the Panthers. Good move right here. Bucks lose today. They're done, right? No, not necessarily, South PM Serpent. I believe that it would still, if the Buccaneers lose and the Panthers lose, they play tomorrow. They play next week against each other. They would have the same record, or the Buccaneers would be down by 1 on that record. We'll talk about that in a moment. Here's the snap and a handoff to Rico Dowdle. It brings up an 8-9 yard gain by Rico Dowdle. 2nd down and 1 moves the football from the Seattle 41 to the Seattle 32. And the Carolina Panthers line up at the 32-yard line after that for this 2nd down play. My TV screen says 2nd down and 2. Under center right now, motion on the field, Xavier Legette to the bottom of the screen. From the left hash, the snap, the handoff. Up the middle they go. This time Rico Dowdle will pick up about 5 more. Rico Dowdle, 11 carries for 56 yards. He's averaging 5 yards per carry. Keep feeding the man. That's not half bad. So Rico Dowdle, 6th NFL season. It's his 1st season with the Carolina Panthers and his 2nd straight season with 1,000+ rushing yards. Last year it was with the Dallas Cowboys. This year it's here. Okay. Next week would be winner if both. Yes. Yeah, I think I understand what you're saying there, Robbie. Okay. Did you get that one, close mind? Here's the snap, dropping back from the 28-yard line, a windup and a throw on 1st and 10, dragging a couple of players with him. This catch going to be made upfield, and this time it's Jimmy Horn who makes the grab. 1st and 10, it looked like Jimmy Horn. They're saying it's Jalen Coker. It might have been Jalen Coker. 13 and 18 look very close if you don't get your eyes zoomed in. Either way, 2nd down and 2 and the end of the 3rd quarter. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all know the drill. There's a team right now that is down by 2 possessions in the 4th quarter. I think we know what that means. Overall, for the most part, doesn't typically work out for the team that trails right now. But when we get back, the Seattle Seahawks will be backed into their own red zone. Carolina Panthers in Seattle's red zone right now. It'll be a 2nd down and 2 at the Seattle 20 when we get back. So we'll see. Kelly, I see you, Kelly Grant. Browns holding right now. Browns 10-6. New Orleans up. Oh, New Orleans down. We're going to go from this side over here. Arizona Cardinals 7-37. Ouch. Brutal scoreline. Cincinnati Bengals, where was that from Joe Burrow when they played the Baltimore Ravens? Instead, they got shut out 100%, and I should have just played Baker Mayfield, and I would be in the finals right now. Tied game right here with Jacksonville and the Indianapolis Colts. Then we've got the New England Patriots and the New York Jets. Bro, it's not even the 4th quarter, and they're winning 42-3. New Orleans 20-23 against the Tennessee Titans. Pittsburgh Steelers 6-10. Seattle Seahawks 17-3 over the Carolina Panthers. Carolina struggling a little bit, but they are inside the red zone. So when we get back from this break, we'll have action. And the Miami Dolphins up 20-10 against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So like I said, man, I will maybe lean a little bit towards that scripted narrative. If the Cleveland Browns and the Carolina Panthers, if the Cleveland Browns win and the Carolina Panthers lose today, it's gonna feel scripted to me. It's gonna feel like the NFL knows that in Week 18 they don't have enough matchups and that nobody wants to watch Week 18 of the NFL, because why does it matter anymore once the playoff picture is set up? I think. This is literally my I put on my tinfoil hat, guys, and we're going to go conspiracy theory here. My conspiracy theory with my tinfoil hat on is that this is all rigged right now. The Panthers are going to lose this game, which means we are going to see a matchup between the Panthers and the Buccaneers in Week 18 for this number 4 spot. And the Steelers are going to find a way to lose that game, so we see the Steelers go head-to-head against the Baltimore Ravens this week. Next week, I should say. A wind-up and a throw. This catch is going to be maybe made. Xavier Legette gets the target. Did he hang on to that pass? They're going to call it and say yes. This will bring up a 1st down, Carolina Panthers. I think that's a catch. I think Legette got his hands underneath that. I think that should go down as a catch. 1st and 10 at the Seattle 17-yard line. Someone out here said, duh. Dave saying we hit 1,000 likes. We got there, Dave. I like it. 1st and 10. Shotgun formation. 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Motion on the field. Here is the snap. Surveying, looking left, throwing left. Catch is made. Looks like Jalen Coker makes the grab, and he gets out to about the 20-yard line. It's actually Jimmy Horn who makes the reception. It's a 7-yard grab. It brings up a 2nd down and 3. We're at the Seattle 10. Inside the red zone. Drive chart down below. 10 yards away from pay dirt, the Carolina Panthers line up. 14 minutes left to go in this football game. Carolina trails by 14 as well. Bryce Young trying to regain his composure. Pistol formation. The snap. A little play action. Bryce Young going to fake the throw. He runs to the end zone. Touchdown, Bryce Young. Touchdown, Carolina Panthers. And there are points, ladies and gentlemen. They will score a touchdown today. Touchdown for the Carolina Panthers. Bryce Young even said, boom, home run. It is 9-17. Extra point attempt would make this a 1-possession game. Amazing, says French. Says Frenchie. Frenchie det. So that's a scramble, quarterback keep touchdown here. Boo, says Living Like Larry. There's the snap. There's the hold. There's the kick. The kick is up. The kick is good. And the score? The score is now 10-17. With 13 minutes and 41 seconds left to go. Plenty of time left in this game. Now it feels a lot more. Now it feels like the gamble that they took to convert that 4th down on 4th down and 4 from their own 40-yard line turned out to be the right call at the end of it all. We've got a game. It's a 1-possession game. The Seattle Seahawks will be getting the football back here. Seattle Seahawks about to get the football back, so you never know. If the Carolina Panthers win this game, it doesn't matter what happens next week. They will be in the postseason. Carolina going to clinch the postseason with that. Exactly. The gamble paid off, says Erosion. Eroding. That always reminds me of Bruce Almighty. Okay, we downloaded those files. There was another file. I think I had the playoff picture. I think I needed to download. I think I needed to re-download the playoff picture. Right? Let's take a look. Yeah, I do definitely need to re-download this. I thought I already did that. Playoff picture, settings, browse. I did it last night. Did I do it last night? No, that's yesterday's. Okay, I got to download these playoff pictures. That's fine. Download page 1 and page 2. It's annoying because I'm going to end up having to re-download it again. Just page 1. Save, download, download. Page 2, download, download. Okay, it'll be just a few moments until I get those updated. Anyways, again, the Pittsburgh Steelers sitting at 9-6. The Baltimore Ravens sitting at 8-8. If the Steelers lose this game, they will be 9-7. Is that correct? 9-6. I think they're already 9-7. What's the what? Let's double check this. Yeah, 9-6, 8-8. If they drop this game, they'll be 9-7. The Ravens already won. And then if the Ravens win next week, they'll also be 9-7 or 9-8, and the Steelers will be 9-8. So Steelers lose the next 2 games, Ravens win the next 2 games. The next 2 games, both teams will be 9-8, and I think the tiebreaker there will be next week. So that's why I think that part might be scripted. And then the Carolina Panthers 8-7. They lose this game, they fall to 8-8. Meanwhile, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are 7-8. They win that game, they'll also be 8-8. And then it's going to come down to the tiebreaker. Win or lose, the Buccaneers have to win just 1 more game than the Carolina Panthers here. Okay. Coming out to the left-hand side. I guess 2 more games than the Carolina Panthers here. Left-hand side, the kickoff return. Seattle Seahawks start this drive on the 33. Start this drive on the 33. 13:34. 13-34. Okay. 1st and 10 for Seattle. Scripted, LOL, says Licorice. I know, dude. Sometimes I put on my tinfoil hat. Sometimes I put on my tinfoil hat and I say it's all rigged, man. 1st and 10, 33-yard line. Seattle with the football. A.J. Barner to the top of the screen, and Sam Darnold waits for the snap. He takes it. He fakes it. He flips to the right, and it's caught by Walker. Walker puts on a stiff arm but gains nothing on the play as he goes out of bounds. It brings up a 2nd down and 10. So 2nd down and 10, they're showing the scores across the NFL right now. They're showing the scores across the NFL right now. At that stadium right here. Disrupt the huddle is what they're saying. Reading. Okay. 2nd down and 10. Seattle Seahawks on their own 33-yard line. Motion this time from the top to the bottom. It is Cooper Kupp. Here's the snap. He tosses to the left. Kenneth Walker looks for a block. He gets one. He will pick up about 6 yards on that play. It brings up a 3rd down and 4. Good serviceable run out to the left-hand side by Kenneth Walker. Win or tie plus a Tampa Bay loss to Miami. They will clinch a playoff berth or a win at Tampa Bay next week. So the Panthers would have to win today, and it would take a loss to Miami today for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for the Panthers to clinch. Motion. Shotgun formation. 3rd down and 4. 3rd down and 4. Here's the snap from the 39-yard line. Darnold fires, and it's caught by Cooper Kupp. No flag on the play. The catch will be made at the 45. That's good for a gain of 7, and that's going to be a Seattle Seahawks 1st down. 1st down, Seattle. Cooper Kupp rolling over to make that grab. Living Like Larry says, noise. What? Is that a thing? Who is Urinating Tree? What an awful name. A toss to the left-hand side from the 45-yard line. Kenneth Walker will pick up a yard. Should bring up a 2nd down and 9. Can't watch any more Urinating Tree. F-bombs everywhere. Other word. Moving to Dolphins as Finside NFL. Which game is 37-7? DJ Jean is asking. Honestly, it's not even 37-7. It's 42-10 right now. And 37-7. I see what you're saying. 37-7 down here. That's the Cincinnati Bengals and the Arizona Cardinals. Shotgun formation. 2nd down and 9. 46-yard line. Lined up on the left hash. The Seattle Seahawks have the football. 2 timeouts remaining. Darnold takes the snap. He's in a clean pocket, but the pocket collapses. He goes down. And Sam Darnold will be bagged by Smith Wade. Oh, no, that's Wonham. DJ Wonham with a bag. This brings up a 3rd down and 16. DJ Wonham with a huge bag on the play delivers a sack lunch there to Sam Darnold, pushing them well beyond field goal range and back to their own 33-yard line. Excuse me, their own 39-yard line. 3rd down and 16 at the Seattle 39. My stats and graphics continuously freezing up on me. Don't know what to do about it. Here's the snap. Here's the handoff to the left-hand side. Flags coming in, flags coming in right here with exactly 10 minutes left to go. My screen went blue. It's blue again. And now we're back to it. It's going to be a delay of game here, guys, against the Seattle Seahawks. Play clock down to double zeros. Yeah, that's definitely a delay of game. So delay of game, and the crowd is going bananas. Another 5-yard penalty will bring up a 3rd down and 21 at the Seattle 34-yard line. 3rd down and 21 at the Seattle 34. Here's the snap, looking left. JSN makes the grab. JSN pushed out of bounds, looking for the face mask call. Not going to get it. Jackson Smith and Jigba goes down. It looks like he got poked in the eye. And now JSN is down on the ground here. Flag comes in on this play. JSN got poked in the eye right now. We have a flag on the play. JC Horn put his hands up clearly to the face mask, yanked the face mask. Personal foul, face mask on the defense. Come on, JC. Why are you going to do that, bro? 3rd down and 21, and you give up a 1st down on a face mask? 3rd down and 21. You literally had the Seahawks offense on the ropes right here, and you bail them out by a face mask. Finally called one, but still, it's an automatic 1st down. By the way, that last play happened, and they never started the clock. It's exactly 10 minutes here left to go, just like it was before. Now they've started the clock. The official punched it back in. But that play happened for free with no time. Anyways, 15-yard penalty. This moves the Seattle Seahawks into Carolina Panthers territory. 46-yard line, a snap and a handoff to the right, and it looks like this will be Zach Charbonnet who gets out to the 42-yard line. 2nd down and 6. 2nd down and 6. Ghost edits saying, you sold. Sold what? I don't have anything for sale unless you go to my spread shop. Did JSN catch the ball? Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Should have a 2nd down and 6 unless this thing is glitching out too, and it is. And it is. Should have a 2nd down and 6. Here's the snap. Here's the handoff. This time, up the middle he goes. And this will bring up a 3rd down and 4 now. 3rd down and 4. Looks like a 2-yard gain there by Zach Charbonnet as he tries to go to the left. Can you move the scoreboard? Looks like you want to see this one. That's the last game that's on there right there, Phenom. Are you talking about the scrolling at the bottom, Phenom, or are you talking about this scoreboard above my head? Because that one, that's going to be a hard no. That one's going to stay there. Disc, do you like or do you hate Mike Tomlin? I don't think we hate Mike Tomlin. I think that Mike Tomlin is the Dallas Cowboys of coaches. I know it's a weird thing to say, but you get to the playoffs and you can't win. Here's a windup and a throw on 3rd down and 4 from the Carolina 40-yard line. It is caught by Jackson Smith-Njigba. 3rd down and 4. Sam Darnold delivers an 11-yard pass to JSN. The catch is made. It's a 1st down for Seattle. And this moves them out to the 29-yard line. 1st and 10 coming up now. 1st and 10 coming up now. 7 minutes and 50 seconds. Sam Darnold under center. Waiting for the snap. It's a single back formation. Darnold hands up, hands down. Darnold steps back. Nobody moves. He says, I'm good. Here's the snap. A little play action. Darnold's on the run. Darnold backed up to his own 40. He'll wind up and throw. Catch made. Jackson Smith-Njigba again. 17 yards. 1st down. Seattle. Another grab by JSN. He's now up to 72 yards, and this is more like what we were expecting for Seattle today. He actually beat JC Horn right there, and it was close. JC Horn was just a step behind him, just 1 step behind him, but JSN again. Here's the snap, the handoff. We are inside the red zone. Kenneth Walker takes this one to the 10-yard line. We are down inside the red zone. The 1st and 10 becomes 2nd down and 8. Football at the Carolina 10. With less than 7 minutes left to go, the Seattle Seahawks hang on to a 7-point lead. Good with only one eye, says Living Like Larry. Ghost edits saying fumble. Well, let's see if that happens, Ghost. Okay. Single back formation. Trips to the right-hand side and 1 man on the left. We get one of those backs down towards the bottom. Here's the snap, a windup and a shot to the end zone. Oh my goodness, wow. Incomplete pass. In and out of the gloves of Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp runs a post route. He goes up. He goes to the post. There's clear illegal contact or holding back, Judge. JC Horn is playing terribly today, bro. There absolutely should have been a flag for holding or pass interference of some kind, and the official, the back judge, watching it the whole way, no flag on the play, 3rd down and 8. And I love J.C. Horn, but the dude is playing sloppy today. J.C. Horn is one of the best in the business, hands down, but he is playing sloppy today. Here comes the 4-man rush. Sam Darnold gets tagged, but he runs away from it. He's on the move, and on 3rd down and 8, he will pick up, looks like 2 yards, brings up a 4th down and 5, so they're going to give him 3 here. Clock is hot, and we are going to see the field goal unit come out. So the football at the Carolina 7-yard line. It's a 4th down and 5. Do you go for it or no? I don't think they should go for it. I don't think they should go for it. I think it's time for a field goal. I think you need to make this a 2-possession game. I understand that you're in a good spot right now. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they fake this count and it's just a hard count. Darnold getting people to move around. We got more motion on the field. Play clock down to 1, double zeros. They'll take that delay of game. So a flag going to come in or a timeout going to be used? It is a flag. That's not going to fool anybody here. All right, guys. So delay of game. It's going to back up the Seattle Seahawks here. It'll bring up a 4th down and 10. And we are going to get a field goal. 4th down and 10, we are going to get a field goal. This backs them up to the 12, so this is going to be a 30-yarder. Simple math right here. 30-yard field goal attempt coming up now for the Seattle Seahawks. A little chip shot from the right hash. See if they can knock this back. So Myers lines it up, steps off to the side. Here's the snap. The hold seems clean. The kick is up. The kick is right down the middle. And we get 3 more points. The score is now 20-10. The Seattle Seahawks have doubled the score right now. And I know it's those 2 possessions, man. If it's a 3-point game or an 8-point game, I always feel like there's a chance. But when we have these 2-possession games with just 5 minutes left to go, it blows my mind that a lot of people still at this point with 5.5 still think, you know, are the Panthers cooked? If someone asked me that question, I'd be like, yeah, they're done. They're down by 2 possessions with 5.5 left to go. They've struggled all game long. Carolina today has 141 total yards, just not even 50 passing yards in this game by Bryce Young. Not even 50 passing yards in this game by Bryce Young. The running game hasn't broken 100 yards either. So if you ask me, are the Panthers cooked? My answer is yes. It would take a miracle right now for the Panthers. It would actually not take a miracle. It would take implosion by the Seattle Seahawks team. It would take Sam Darnold fumbling the football again or throwing an interception. They are going to have to force a turnover at some point if they want to win this game. So it's a tough spot to find yourself in. That dumb face mask was the icing, says CM. See you later. Clint saying 1 big play, though. That's true. I've never wanted a game to be over so badly in my life, says Julie. Oh, Julie, a nap would be awesome between games. I'm not going to get that, though. Not today. Not today. Although this game is almost over and the next game is scheduled for 3:25, I might be able to take a 10-15 minute break. That's going to be tough, too. Hey, Schneebly. A new season of Survivor. Love it. Seahawks can still screw this thing up, says Bill. What's up, gorgeous? I need a nap. I know. No. Okay. Oh, don't say that. Honestly, is there coffee made? Do we have any more coffee? It doesn't have to be like a lot. Just a little bit of coffee would help get me over this bump. Thank you. 1st and 10 coming up. Actually, kickoff coming up right now. Ham Fam saying, your boyfriend? No, it's your mom. Here's the kickoff. This one goes back, and here's the return. The 5, the 10, the 15, the 20, the 25. Pushing out to the 27. Muhammad, no, it was your mom. Here's the kickoff. Mario needs coffee for sure. Let's see. 1st and 10. Carolina 27. 5 minutes and 26 seconds left to go. Is Tet even playing, says Will. Yeah, he is, but hey. Bad game for him for sure. All right, guys, 27-yard line motion on the field. The Carolina Panthers do have the football here. Here's the snap, looking to the right. He will hand this off. Looks like that's going to be a good, strong run up the middle right there. Good, strong run right up the middle by Chuba Hubbard. It brings up a 2nd down and 3 after a 7-yard run. We'll start the clock. We will start the clock. And this scoreboard today is just absolutely killing me. I think that's right at the moment, but it's not updating the stats. I got a 2nd down and 3. Here's the snap from the 34-yard line. Gets wrapped up and dropped on the play. Down he goes. It brings up a 3rd down. Looks like Boya Mafe going to be credited for the tackle there. That's going to go down as a sack lunch right there for Bryce Young, who goes nowhere. Great job by Boya Mafe to force a sack and a loss of 3. 3rd down and 6 coming up for the Panthers. It's going to be do or die. They will be in 4th down, go for it territory here with 4.5 left to go. 2 receivers to the top, 2 receivers to the bottom. Here's the snap. Bryce Young to the right. Chase from behind and dropped again. DeMarcus Lawrence gets another bag. 4th down and 17. And the Seahawks are back, baby. They're going to have to go for it. It's 4th down and 17. Panthers going to have to punt this, and then the Seahawks are going to kneel this thing out. They're not going to kneel it out, but they got to pick up a couple 1st downs. Chances are, though, Carolina Panthers are just done at this point. Trips to the left. 1 man at the bottom of the screen right now, shotgun formation. They're showing blitz. They do blitz the house. And this time it's a check down here. 4th down and 17. Tet McMillan makes his first catch of the day for 5 yards. And it's going to be a turnover on downs. 1st down, Seattle Seahawks. Stops the clock with 3:40. And I think we know the situation now. It's a 10-point game. Seattle Seahawks take over at the Carolina 25-yard line. Take over at the Seattle Seahawks 25-yard line. Yeah. Oh, man, CBS Sports is killing me. I need to make that a priority today. I need to make that a priority today. I need to get that RAM today. Because I'm getting all kinds of nonsense right now. All right, guys, commercial break once again. This game, just about done, bro. Just about done. So let's go to the chat right now. Try to get myself together. Why didn't they punt? Well, because they're down by 2 possessions with less than 5 minutes. They had to go for it there. J.C. Horn sold the game. That should be game, says Kate. I'm with you, Caitlin. It should be game. Looks like 2 minutes left to go here. Cincinnati, 37-7 in that one. 42-10 in this one here. New Orleans up 27-26 with 6:22 left to go. That's a very good game right there. We've also got Jacksonville Jaguars up by just 3. Cleveland Browns still up by 4 with 2 minutes left to go. Oh, yeah, we're going to get 2, what basically is win or get in. Browns about to win, says Disc Golf. Yeah, dude, that's crazy. Chiefs fan for life. I see you, brother. I see you, bro. Panthers can make the playoffs still? Yes. Yes, they can. Because it looks to me like the Buccaneers are going to lose that game. So it is going to come down to literally week 18, guys. The Panthers, if they finish this season with the exact same record as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Buccaneers will win that tiebreaker for divisional wins. Which means Buccaneers are on the ropes, and so are the Panthers. It's win or go home for both teams next week. Same thing is going to be the case if the Browns hang on to that 4-point lead. If the Browns hang on to that 4-point lead right there, also going to have it. Seahawks #1 seed confirmed, says Palpatine of the internet. New England Patriots for the win. Oh, man, we get a playoff game before the playoffs. Basically, David, We get a playoff game before the playoffs, and I'm willing to bet that that's exactly what the NFL wanted. 1st and 10 from the 25 for Seattle. Motion on the field. Sam Darnold takes the snap, turns around, and hands this one right off. Up the middle they go. It's Zach Charbonnet who gets it to the 21-yard line. Are they going to call a timeout? 3:34 here left to go. 3:34 here left to go. First timeout going to be taken. First timeout going to be taken. We'll see how long this gets dragged out. It's been 10-6 for 2 hours, says the Mr. Mojo. It actually has been 10-6 for 2 hours. I want the Panthers to be my pallbearer so that they can let me down one last time. Oh my gosh. I've never heard someone say that, Chris. I'm going to borrow this, dude. I hope you're okay with that. I'm definitely going to use this. That is hilarious, bro. Never heard someone say that before. 21-yard line, it's a 2nd down and 6. Here's the snap and a handoff to Zach Charbonnet. He goes up the middle, gets the first down, goes all the way to the Carolina 6-yard line. 3:26 left to go. Timeout going to be called. It does bring up another Seattle Seahawks first down. It's 1st and goal coming up now from the 6-yard line. 1st and goal with 3:26. The Dolphins Buccaneers 20-10, 4th quarter with 2:58. This game 20-10 with 3:26 left to go. I wonder if Andy Dalton would have had a better game against Seattle. I wonder if the Red Rocket would have had a better chance in this game. We would have had Darnold versus Andy Dalton. Darnold versus Dalton. 1st and goal. My guess is they keep this on the ground. And they force another timeout here. Charbonnet in the I formation gets the carry. Goes forward. Doesn't look like he wanted to score there. He went down at the 2-yard line. It does bring up a 2nd and goal. Final timeout going to be taken here by the Carolina Panthers. They have no timeouts remaining. That is their last one with 3:20 left to go. They've also got a 2-minute warning to stop the clock. A 2-minute warning to stop the clock. A Freaky Bryce Day, Dalton switcheroo. Freaky Friday. Oh, yeah, dude. You can already see that arena clearing out right now. 3:20 left to go. It's 2nd and goal, and the Seattle Seahawks knocking on the door. We need Doodle, says Ghost Edits. Rico Doodle, Yankee Doodle. Sorry, but Bryce played a crap game today, says Julie. You don't need to apologize to anybody for that. That's just facts. Here's the snap. Here's the handoff. Left-hand side, Charbonnet gets nothing, and I don't think they care. It brings up a 3rd and goal. It does bring up a 3rd down and goal. I would not be surprised if they let it go all the way to 4th down and goal and then just wait for it here. Might even want to consider taking the knee so that there's less than 2 minutes here left to go for the Carolina Panthers, who have no timeouts remaining. 2:55 on the clock. Okay. Browns need to stop Roy Rogers with 1:40 left. Come on, Browns. 1, 2, 3, 4, and good night to the Steelers, says Disc Golf. Here's the snap on 3rd and goal. A handoff. Charbonnet finds the end zone. That is just for extra credit. Touchdown, Seattle! And now you can officially put this thing to bed. You can put this thing to bed. It's 26-10 with 2:30 left to go. Seahawks now up 26-10. 26-10. Zach Charbonnet going to kick this field goal, the extra point attempt. So now it looks like the Carolina Panthers going to get some garbage time here with 2:30 left to go. I wonder if they are going to bring in the Red Rocket. Here's the snap. Here's the hold. The kick is up. The kick is good. The score is 27-10. It's a 17-point lead with 2:31 left to go. It has officially become a 3-possession game. And the Panthers, I don't see a way here. Double digits, bro. It is double digits. It is a 17-point game. That is a 3-possession game. And with 2:31 left to go, yeah, it's over, says Ghost. It's over, Ghost. Let's go Seahawks, says Wilson. When are we going to talk about J.C. Horn? Like, WTF, 3 weeks in a row he cost us the game. And he's like the highest paid defensive player right now in the sport, which is crazy to me. Record-breaking contract for J.C. Horn. Where does that money come from? Are there actually Panthers fans that can make that happen? Okay. Go Brownies, says Mr. Mojo. Beat the traffic, says Orion LLC. From NFC South team to another, this is weird, he says. From one NFC South team to another, this is weird. A beautiful kickoff here, and it just gets worse and worse here for the Carolina Panthers. They are unable to really control that kickoff, and now they're going to start this drive down by 3 possessions. They're going to start this drive at the 13-yard line. Start this drive at the 13-yard line. So it'll be interesting to see. Okay. Okay. 2 minutes and 26 seconds left to go. This guy kind of looks like Sam Darnold. 2:26 left to go, guys. Oh, come on. Play the FN game. Play the game. Now you're just wasting my time here, guys. Why did you call a timeout, Seattle? Why did you call a timeout? What was the point of calling that timeout? Adjust, adapt, overcome. The Steelers, looks like down there, I'm looking at the Steelers, 24. Ooh, it's actually 13-6 here. Steelers could push this into overtime. Steelers on the 4-yard line right now. 4 yards out. The Steelers looking to tie up that game with 24 seconds left to go. I'm looking at this game right now. 1st and 10. It's a snap and a handoff. Up the middle goes Rico Dowdle. They keep this on the ground. This should take us to the 2-minute warning as the clock starts to tick away. I think the Panthers are ready to end this game here as well. Hey, y'all, all the Panthers need to do is beat the Buccaneers next week. That is true, Ethan. I believe Carolina can still win game 3 touchdowns in 2 minutes, says Robo. Says Rob Bow. Holy moly, you doing 3 games? Yes, 206 top dog. I'm doing 3 games today. 2-minute warning. I do this on Sundays, every Sunday. We've been doing it for this whole season. This is my full-time job. This is my only job right now. And you got to make hay while the sun is shining, because once the football season is over, all of this goes away. Not enough, Dowdle. Not enough. DHD saying TV money. Whiners take the L. No Kittle. That is true. The San Francisco 49ers will be playing without George Kittle today. He was questionable this morning, but the ESPN report did say that he is highly unlikely to play in today's game, so he has been ruled out. Disc Golf saying that it's 4th and goal. It's their last play right now. We'll see how that goes. He says, stop those suckers. It looks like the Cleveland Browns actually got the football back, so I think Cleveland will win that game. Take a shot down the field, Panthers. Photography, I see you. Thanks, photography. Then baseball season, says Mr. Mojo. No. I will not be doing regular season baseball. I will do postseason baseball, but there is not enough demand for regular season baseball. If you watch a regular season baseball game, you will notice that if you look into the crowds, if you look into the stands, they're almost always empty for regular season, as is our chat room for regular season baseball games. There's no scarcity in that product, which is why we don't do it. Looks like the Browns will win. They're kneeling this one out. That is going to be your final score right here. So we will come down to week 18. Crazy. in the 2-minute warning. We're waiting for it. Yep, there's your final. Cleveland Browns 13-6. I'm actually not surprised at all by that. I'm not surprised at all by that. I knew that was going to happen because the NFL needs the drama. Bucks just scored with 57 seconds left in the game. Say what? They're still down by 3. Doesn't really matter. They're going to have to recover an onside kick. They would have to recover an onside kick here. Triple broadcast working overtime and highly underpaid. Actually, as far as that goes, I think we're okay on this channel, if I'm being honest. I wouldn't be able to afford my mortgage otherwise. I'm looking at my TV screen. Even the Carolina Panthers are going to take the knee. So the Carolina Panthers take the knee as they bow out of this thing gracefully. It brings up a 3rd down and 8. Panthers want nothing to do with this. They were actually going to punt this thing. They're actually going to punt this thing. Go Seattle, says T-Day King. Browns won with punts. Oh, my gosh. More punts than points. Is DK Metcalf still suspended? Yes. He'll be suspended for this week and next week. It's a 2-week. When was that Lions game? I'm pretty sure that Lions game, there's another knee. This does bring up a 4th down. The clock is still ticking. Hold on. I think I actually have this here. Hang on, because we covered Seattle. We covered the Packers. No. We got to go further back. Baltimore Ravens, Lions, Steelers, Patriots. Where's my Steelers? Lions, Steelers. That's the trivia quiz. Steelers next 5. That's what I'm looking for. Steelers next 5. I don't know that I have it here. Earlier this month? Okay, doesn't matter. Either way, I was going to pull up a different stat. Doesn't matter. Here's the knee. It's going to be a turnover on downs. It'll bring up a 1st and 10, and they're going to change the personnel. They're going to take knees. This is going to be your final, guys. This is going to be your final score. Oops, wrong button. That was the one I was trying to hit. This is going to be your final. 27 seconds left to go. They are just going to need to take 1 knee, and then this game is over. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for watching this live stream with me. Your scores across the NFL at the bottom of the screen. I'm actually going to go ahead and just start changing this stuff because game number 2. Game number 1, Eagles. Oh, look at that. We're on green. We'll change it to this green. I like that tone. The other square going to be the Buffalo Bills. We got an Eagles-Bills game coming up. Oh, baby. You heard that right. We've got an Eagles and Bills game coming up right after this. This game is over, guys, but the next game about to get started. Thank you for watching, and thank you for that coffee. Huh? 325. Yeah, so I'm going to, I got to change a couple things here before I go live for the next game. Okay. No, I'll be down for, I'll probably get a 5-minute break to hang out with you guys for a little bit. Okay. I know the feeling. Thank you. Love you. Guys, I'm going to let y'all go. I'm going to handle some stuff here on the home front. I'm done for this live stream. Thank you guys so much for watching. And I'll be live in a few minutes, guys. Until next time, you've been watching Football Nation. Let's effing go. Peace out, guys.